at 6,913. Now for KTRS Sports and Traffic, let's check in with Paul.
Steve, our Mizzou insider Eli Hoff reports in the Post-Dispatch that the university was operating with a budget deficit of $9.1 million in 2025. The deficit is actually down from $15.2 million in 2024. And former Cardinals catcher Yadier Molina is returning to the club. Molina will hold the title of Special Assistant to the President of Baseball Operations, Chaim Bloom. I'm Paul Kopsky from the Royal Banks of Missouri Sports Desk, and now on to traffic. 70 West is closed before Tucker due to an accident. Close by, there's an accident on 70 West at Branch with emergency vehicles blocking the two right lanes. We have a crash on 270 East before 367, and 44 East is congested from Kings Highway to Vandeventer with the two right lanes closed for road work. This traffic report is brought to you by Dents Express. Drive time can be hectic with traffic, weather, and fender benders. Dents Express can help with hassle-free dent removal, minor collision repair, and hail damage repair. Free evaluations, and they take care of the insurance paperwork. They've got two locations on Manchester and Baldwin and in St. Charles. DentsExpressSTL.com. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
We're looking for an overnight low tonight around 9 degrees. Tomorrow's high 14, and a winter storm watch begins. There's a 90% chance for snow on Saturday, a high near 13, a 70% chance for more snow on Sunday with a high around 16. Total snow accumulation over the weekend estimated to be at least 4 to 6 inches. Right now at 3:09, partly cloudy, 39 degrees at the Gold Tower at Westport. Steve Potter, KTRS News, the talk of St. Louis.
Oh, here we are again. One last day of semi-normal weather before the bottom drops out. But we'll talk to Kent Earhart coming up in the 5 o'clock hour to see what we can really plan for. Are we talking snow? Are we talking ice? Are we talking just frigid temperatures? That's all coming up. Heidi Glaus here with Josh Gilbert, Connor McCarthy. Bob Ramsey is still on his road trip with SLU, but we have got a lot planned for you. First up at 3:30, Max Foisey is going to join us. We're going to talk about the Oscar nominees and some of the movies that maybe didn't make the list. I really want to know, of all of the nominated films, which ones are the most C's? Because there's quite a few of them. Which ones should we absolutely carve out time for?
And I noticed that Sinners got more Oscar nominations than anything ever.
Titanic used to hold that record. I think All About Eve, which is one of my favorite movies.
Really?
Yeah, I
need to see
loved
that.
All About Eve. And then one other one was had a lot of nominations.
There's only so many categories that we actually really pay attention to. Actor, actress, supporting, director, best film, all that stuff. So a lot of these nominations are always in those like technical categories.
Well, technical costume, hair,
and
I think they
makeup, all
nailed
that stuff.
all of them. And it looks a little scary, but it does look really good.
When I had COVID last week, I almost put it on. This close.
Almost.
And
This close.
neither of you have seen it yet.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've seen any of the...
You said that back in the office. That's hard to believe,
nominated.
Heidi.
I know, it's just none of them grabbed my attention the same way, but I'm going to make a point to start checking them off the list.
You watched last year's, and I'd say
I
last
know.
year's were way weaker than this year's.
Oh, really?
So,
Okay.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
All right, I'll get on it.
And again, in the hallways, Max, we have a topic today. It's stranded movies.
Yeah.
So like Castaway and...
Okay.
Because
we might be stranded with all this snow?
No, because there is a movie coming up next week.
Oh, yeah.
In theaters. Get Help, I think it's called.
Oh.
Or Help Me, or There's SOS. And so he's going to talk about that, but he said he was so happy with the Oscar nominations that he is bursting to talk about it.
I can't wait to talk about it. So that's coming up at 3:30, and then we'll kind of stay in the entertainment vein, and we're going to bring in the president and CEO of the Muni, Kofi Coleman, because the new season has been out for a minute, but now season tickets are available, which I think is earlier than ever before. And I did not realize this, and I'm going to run it by Kofi to make sure I have this right. I think you can see all 7 shows for just $126. And that kind of guarantees you your seat each time. So anyway, we'll talk to Kofi about that. In the 4 o'clock, Big D will join us with your chance to win some of his money. And, you know, the last couple of weeks, I think we've made it pretty easy, and we're going to stick with that. We're going to talk about some of the musical artists from St. Louis to kind of get you thinking about if you want to play this afternoon or not. We'll also get serious with Alex Stone with ABC News. He's talking about Border Patrol getting controversial cameras in California. So what exactly does that look like? And in the 5 o'clock, not only will we talk about the weather with Kent, we'll also check in with international correspondent for News Nation, who is actually in Switzerland. And we'll learn a little bit more about the Board of Peace and who has signed on for it and what will they really be doing. So that's coming up, plus some entertainment news. And, of course, we'll wrap this show up with some randoms. But I wanted to start today, and I'm going to be vulnerable for a second. I don't really like being vulnerable like this out in the open. Oh. But one of the reasons that I never really wanted to be a news anchor, I always wanted to do the features or more sports, is because I was so concerned about what words were going to pop up or what countries were going to pop up that maybe I didn't have enough education about. Was I going to pronounce it incorrectly?
Oh.
You know,
that's the reason?
Yeah, I didn't feel like I was educated enough for some of those things. So fast forward to this morning, and I'm scrolling through Facebook, and I saw a post that said, I was today years old when I found out a cookie sheet is a cooking sheet. And I thought, wait a minute, what? Now, I have since done some research because I have always called it a cookie sheet.
I call it a cookie sheet.
An IE. Just like the cookie we like as a snack.
That you bake cookies on this.
So it's not my new Madrid coming out.
Baking sheet
is also correct. So when I went to look at this, there are some often interchangeable, but technically a cookie sheet is flat.
Okay.
A cooking sheet or a baking sheet has raised edges.
On the sides.
On the sides. But I consider them both to be the same thing.
I would call that with the raised edges because we would do a lot of HelloFresh.
Yeah,
and
like a sheet pan.
They would
it
want
can
us
also be called that.
To roast vegetables in olive oil. And if you do that on the flat one, the oil will spill off sometimes and create a smoke bomb in your oven. So I always called the ones with the raised edges that keep the olive oil in. I call those baking pans.
Pans. Okay, well, technically it is a baking sheet.
Okay.
Somebody on the text line, I've always called it a cookie sheet too. That's Mike the Painter. Weigh in on the KTRS text line, 84126, because I am, my mind was kind of like, wait, what? For years, wheelbarrow. I thought it was barrel, not barrow.
Oh. Wheelbarrow.
Yeah. Here's another one.
My wife still calls it a wheelbarrow.
Dog eat dog world. I will never forget when I found out it wasn't doggy dog world.
The doggy dog world.
Yeah.
That's a Snoop Dogg song.
Snoop Doggy Dog.
Yeah, it's a doggy dog world.
But I mean, I thought dog eat dog. I mean, I thought you use that, you know. I thought you said doggy dog. You have to really listen carefully. And if you're rushing through things, what about for all intents and purposes?
Yes. What did you think it was?
Well, I think a lot of people say for all intensive
Oh, yeah. Oh, I used to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's intense. I could care less. Incorrect.
I couldn't
Care less. Yes.
If you could care less, then you actually care about it
Yeah.
somewhat.
What about nip it in the
Bud.
not butt?
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people say butt.
Nip it in the bud.
And you're, of course, referring to stopping a bud before it blooms.
A horticulture reference.
Yeah. Whet your appetite. Of course, the wet
WHET,
Mm-hmm.
right?
means to sharpen.
Oh, really?
Like
Yes.
a whetstone.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's what you used to like sharpen a knife.
A knife is a whetstone?
No, it's what you used to sharpen the knife.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I knew
Yeah.
it was WHET, but
Yeah.
I don't know what wet means.
Uh,
Wet.
Somebody said my entire family calls it a cookie sheet, and we are all avid bakers. So, and here's one more to think about. You've got another,
Think coming.
that's right, not thing. Because for a long time, I thought it was thing coming.
Yeah.
But another think coming is really the conclusion of kind of if she thinks she's
If
going to
that's
be
what-
allowed
yeah.
to stay out past her curfew.
That's what you think. Well,
you got another think
coming.
coming.
Who is it? Is it Judas Priest?
Yes,
You got
it
another
is.
thing coming.
It is.
So, but at what point do we say more people call it a cookie sheet? So do we just change it?
To that.
Obviously, you got another thing coming. We all recognize that, but that's from that's a phrase.
Right.
That's a whole phrase. You can't change the whole phrase. But with a cookie sheet, I think we can officially change it right now. Can we just change it?
I mean,
Everybody okay with that?
I don't think there's any official body that will recognize this.
No, they.
they,
They.
the they.
The essential they.
Yeah. Somebody said my ex used to say I have no ideal instead of idea. Is that why he's or she's your ex?
Your ex.
Listen to people butcher. 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. Is it a 6 of one?
Oh,
Half
6
dozen
in
of-
one hand.
Yeah, is what this,
I'm okay. I'm okay with that. You're just elongating it.
No, you're not. That doesn't mean the same thing.
You've got 6 in one hand
The message gets across.
and a half dozen in the other hand. Or you could say 6 of one, half dozen. That would be the brevity. There was a girl at when I worked at Worldwide, a bunch of really important people were coming in town. And she said, we got to get ready for all the big rigs that are showing up.
Instead of wigs.
I said,
Right.
wigs? And she goes, well, that doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, you're right.
Well, does big rig make more sense?
Well, I mean, it's
you know,
the biggest
these
thing on
days-
the
Okay,
interstate.
Yeah, it's the biggest thing on the
I've seen
road.
more big rigs today than I have big wigs.
Have you seen any big rigs today?
Sure.
Okay.
On my drive
Yeah.
into work.
All right.
Several. Champing at the bit instead of chomping.
Yeah.
That's a big one. Somebody said when I was a freshman in college in the early 90s, I'd never actually seen it written. So for all intents and purposes, I wrote all intensive purposes. I think a lot of people do that.
We can change chomping and champing at the bit.
No.
Nobody.
No.
Give me another point in your life where you've said champing.
I mean, I never do. But I'm saying what is correct, what
Right.
was the original meaning of it,
Intensive
we have
purposes.
right gotten wrong. I just think it's very interesting. Library instead of library. I think there's a lot of things we
A lot
cut
of adults that
short.
still do that.
You
Yes.
see a lot of run the gambits.
Run the gambit.
It's
Yeah.
gamut.
Gambit.
Yes. Putting a
GA
B in there
yeah.
instead of
Because no one knows what a gamut is. of
What
course.
about English people? I'm talking now UK. When idea instead of
Oh,
idea.
yeah. They always just put. I think people from New York put R's on the end of things, just the Samantha,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
what
Yeah, I get it.
what was it, Tony Maselli from Who's the Boss?
Yeah, take it. We could all go back to his speak and be really,
Somebody
serious.
on the text line said, what about when people say by the by instead of by the way? I like that.
I say by the by.
Do
I
you
like
say
that.
by the way?
Yeah.
It's real pretentious.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever really heard it.
Yeah. Instead of by the way,
Yeah.
you say by the by.
Okay. Yeah. No one's ever used that with me.
Someone says, how do you say the nose one with despite something? What is it? To spite cut off your nose
to spite your face.
to spite your face.
That's an office joke too. Michael Scott says spider face.
Spider face?
Yeah.
It's cut off your nose to spite your face, but people will say cut off your nose despite your face.
Despite.
Yeah, which both make sense.
I'm not sure. How does
But-
despite make sense?
You cut off your nose without thinking of the rest of your face.
Okay.
Despite.
Oh. It could be a good topic for our
Our
linguistic.
linguistics.
Yeah.
I always want to call her a ventriloquist, but that is that.
I don't think that one's the same either. But I think it's a fun topic because there are so many things that we, do get wrong. Did you guys see this on the Today Show? I think it was yesterday that people are now using the term house burping. Did you see this?
Jill was talking about this.
She was?
I
Yes.
saw the headline, but I never read further.
Okay.
There's like a German word too. Do you have the German word, or I can pull it up?
Yes.
Because it's like a translation of
Luften?
Yeah, it's like Luften.
Yes.
Luftenburpen.
Yeah.
It's really, and I think most of us probably have done it, but now that they're attaching house burping to it, it's like, wait a minute, what?
Okay, tell us what this is.
It's really like airing out your house. They're saying, and open the windows and doors, kind of let the stale air out.
Stench.
Yes. And they say, common times to do that. Maybe in the morning, you let the fresh air in, or maybe you've just made a lot of bacon or seafood and you
Hate
want
that
that
bacon
out.
smell.
Other people do it after they've had people over and you just want to get some fresh air in and, kind of clear the air a bit.
House burping.
Yes, house burping. I never heard it called that, but leave it to social media to kind of lead this. And so a lot of people are saying it's probably something you have done before, but you didn't think that it had a name. It's just kind of like airing out the house.
Definitely do it when it's nicer.
Well,
when it's nicer out.
They're saying no, it's at any time, really. But an air quality expert said it does indeed have benefits, and you don't have to do it for long. Just 10 minutes or less is enough time to just get some fresh air in.
Burp the house.
Right, burp the house. So I thought it was kind of
What's
interesting.
the German version? Luften?
Luften.
Luften. It sounds a little more fancy.
Yeah.
As far as
It's
that.
a little more continental.
Yes. All right. Well, you guys know what we have coming up. First up, we're going to talk about the Oscar nominations and some movies about being stranded with Max Foisey. I hope you'll hang out with us here on the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert, minus Bob Ramsey today, but Connor McCarthy is here, and we need you to be a part of all of it.
Galmish & Sons have been providing quality heating and cooling services since 1950. They work exclusively with Lennox, the preferred choice of St. Louis homeowners. Call Galmish & Sons for your next Lennox HVAC installation and service. 314-993-1110.
John Beal Roofing has been proudly serving homeowners and businesses in the St. Louis metro area on both sides of the river in Missouri and Illinois for over 3 generations. A dependable roof begins with a team you can count on, and that's exactly what you get with John Beal Roofing. Recognized as one of Roofing Contractor Magazine's top 100 roofing companies, John Beal Roofing offers 24/7 emergency service and industry-leading warranties, including a lifetime workmanship warranty for total peace of mind. From upgrading an aging roof or completing a full replacement, the team at John Beal Roofing delivers solutions that are built to code, built to last, and handled with expert care. John Beal also responds quickly with reliable storm damage services backed by decades of experience and 24/7 emergency support. Get started today for expert service and a free, no obligation estimate by calling 1-800-NEW-ROOF. That's 1-800-NEW-ROOF.
You've had all these great ideas about what to do with your outside space. Now's the time to take the next step and call Outdoor Living, because Pat Leahy and the gang at Outdoor Living have built a showroom, which is a great resource for you. You can go in and see all the products they have, the composite decking, the metal framing. You see, at Outdoor Living, what they pride themselves on is building it right the first time and never having to worry about it again. So they build it. You can enjoy it for the rest of your life. Outdoor Living, their showroom on Big Bend and I-44 in Kirkwood is a great resource for you. You can go and see all the different ways and all the different things they can do. Then they'll come out, they'll do a site visit, and in just a few short weeks, you will have the dream deck, fence, gazebo, pergola, whatever it may be. Outdoor Living right there in Big Bend and I-44 in Kirkwood. 314-966-3325 or OutdoorLivingInc.com. Check out the showroom and take that next step. You'll love it. Outdoor Living or OutdoorLivingInc.com.
Most people think if I name my husband as beneficiary, everything's going to be okay, and that's not necessarily true.
I'm Scott Garcia with Premier Estate and Income Planning.
What am I doing taking care of people after somebody has passed and all the mess that comes with that?
And I'm Jennifer Cermak, Chief Counsel and Estate Planning Attorney of Premier Estate and Income Planning.
No longer is the attorney the gatekeeper to your lives.
Let us show you how to protect your assets, avoid probate, and retire with confidence.
Having an estate plan could be the most important document you could ever have.
The Premier Income and Estate Planning Show, this Saturday at 4 and this Sunday morning at 7 on the Big 550 KTRS.
Hey, it's Jill Farmer for Premier Heating and Cooling. When winter hits St. Louis, your furnace doesn't get a day off. And if yours is older, it may be running nonstop and still not keeping you comfortable. Winter has a way of exposing weak links. You're probably paying more and getting less. Or if your home never quite feels warm enough in the winter, your furnace may be telling you something else, especially if it's been around for a while. That's why I want you to call Premier Heating and Cooling. Their technicians go through 5 years of training beyond industry standards. It's Premier standards. Heating your home shouldn't feel like a struggle. Older furnaces work harder and use more energy. If you want lower energy bills and better heat, it's just all around smarter to consider a new furnace. And yes, Premier offers financing, which makes upgrading a whole lot easier. So whether you need a tune-up or you're ready for something new, make your winter a lot more comfortable for your home or your business. Call 636-916-1122. PremierHeatingCooling.net. Comfort you can count on.
Snow again.
Chief Meteorologist Steve Templeton with a First Alert update on what's happening.
Snow apocalypse.
Hi, everybody. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Matt Chambers talking.
Winter wonder hell.
Hey, everybody, it's Kent Earhart with a look at the forecast. It's going to be a pretty...
Disaster.
Hey, everybody, I'm Full Warm Meteorologist Kristen Pornett. Want to bring you up to date on the forecast.
Snowzilla. Winter calamity.
I'm Meteorologist Leah Hill with your First Alert forecast.
Whatever you call it, the First Alert 4 weather team has you covered. KTRS and the award-winning First Alert 4 weather team is here to keep you informed when inclement weather hits St. Louis. The Big 550 KTRS. Depend on it.
Meep, meep. It is 3:31 on this Thursday afternoon. We got to get a check of traffic with Captain Paul.
Heidi, there's an accident on 70 West at Branch with traffic backed up to 7th Street. 44 East is congested from Kings Highway to Vandeventer with the 2 right lanes closed for road work. 55 South is crowded at 4500 South Broadway, and 64 West is busy in front of Forest Park. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
What's on at the movies?
What's on at the movies? And now it's Matt's on Movies on the Heidi Glaus Show.
Here is KTRS's very own movie guru,
Matt Squeezy on the Big 550, the movie talk of St. Louis.
The Oscar nominations were announced this morning, and Sinners collected the most nominations of any movie this year. It broke the record for most noms for a single film ever. Max Boise is here to discuss. And Josh says that you were thrilled by the nominations. Is this true?
I think this year there's a lot less to complain and grouse about than in years past. Having seen most every nominated film for the last 20 years, it's part of my job, there are always gigantic snubs nominations you don't understand. And this year there are not that many. I mean, it pretty much is. I think this actually is a good view of the best movies from last year. So I was intrigued to have the nominations come out this morning. As you noted, Sinners was not only the most rewarded film from last year with 16 nominations, but that is an all-time record. The record up until then for a single film for nominations, not wins, but nominations, was 14, with 3 films tying that. You had All About Eve,
yes,
Titanic,
yes,
and La La Land.
La La Land.
Now,
I could not come up with that one.
What's interesting is that All About Eve and Titanic both won Best Picture. La La Land did not win Best Picture.
They were handed the trophy.
We all
then...
remember.
For 6 seconds it did.
We all remember that winning Best Picture, which is why you can trip people up on trivia nights, because we all remember it winning Best Picture, but actually Moonlight won Best Picture that year. So it'll be interesting to see if the other front runner, one battle after another, wins Best Picture, which at this point would be an upset because of all of the nominations that Sinners has. This is the first year that casting directors have nominations and have been recognized, so that is a very interesting thing.
Does that coincide with Best Picture at all, or no? It's a completely different.
It's completely different,
okay.
Yeah. And if you look at those pictures, some of them there is some overlap, like movies like Hamnet as well. Another thing that I thought was interesting was the first Fanning sister to get a nomination. I think we all probably thought it would have been Dakota back from a lot of her kid roles, but actually her kid sister, Elle Fanning, got a supporting actress nod for Sentimental Value, which is a really good picture, and she's really good in it. Also, Kate Hudson got her second nomination after her first one was for supporting actress in Almost Famous, which really put her on the map. So this is a nice bookend for her career now that she has Song Sung Blue.
Now, is Sinners a really good movie to be getting all of these nominations and all of these different categories?
Look at the movies that I pointed out, like All About Eve, Titanic, La La Land. Those are all great films. And I don't think you get 16 nominations without being a great film. But keep in mind, this is these are different departments.
Yeah.
So what this means is it got one for costumes, it got one for hair and makeup, it got one for score, it got one for soundtrack, it got one for lead actor and then director and original screenplay, because this is not based on a comic book or a novel or anything. It's a completely original movie, made $300 million at the box office. So this was a really big hit for originality in Hollywood. I could see the Academy wanting to reward something that is not a sequel or a prequel or a remake. It is, however, a genre film because it involves vampires, and I know a lot of more serious cinema goers would not go and see the film because it was a vampire movie. So I hope that these nominations will let those people who maybe are a little too, nose in the air say, well, wait a minute, this, even though I'm not a vampire person, this is a well-crafted movie. Let me watch it, because they might be surprised how much they enjoy it.
You touched on not a sequel. I think it's very interesting. Wicked for Good, not a single nomination, not in the costumes, not in. I know it doesn't surprise you
me at all. And I had said this before that I didn't see the Academy going back and giving this no, especially because it didn't really win anything last year. You didn't have Ariana or Cynthia win anything. So I predicted that they would have no nods. But today, yes, a lot of people are saying that that's the biggest snub, is that Wicked for Good didn't get any love at all. But again, we just had Mike Dubusky on to also do this on the Carney Show, and he made a great point that those of us familiar with the stage play understand that the part 2 is a lot darker and maybe not as crowd pleasing. And so I think it's not that big of a surprise.
It is the same costumes. It is the same hair and makeup. It is the same.
They give nominations here.
Right.
Yes.
So it's kind of, I do get the point there. Timothy Chalamet, youngest person since Marlon Brando to be nominated 3 times for lead actor.
I don't think he's going to win.
You don't?
No, and this is maybe my personal bias coming out because I'm not a fan of Little Timmy. But I think if you watch one battle after another, DiCaprio is so extraordinary in that film. And that's not even a film that I really enjoyed very much. I don't think it's a great film, but I thought DiCaprio was just next level in creating this character, this schlubby wannabe revolutionary named Bob. And I thought he was just really, really fantastic in it. So I wouldn't be surprised if Leo, who, if you remember, he's very similar to Little Timmy because he also was critically acclaimed for 15 years and never won anything until the Revenant. And it's nice to see that he's still committed to turning in great performances. I think that Chalamet is a bit of a try hard when it comes to wanting to win awards. He said, I want to win these awards. And I think for voters that maybe would rub them the wrong way. And I think showing up to the awards season with a Kardashian on your arm, I just don't know if that's going to...
It's very Hollywood.
But I don't know if it's going to make his fellow actors say, yeah, let's give one to Tim. So I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong.
Okay, here's what I want to know. Of the movies up for Best Picture, I mean, which ones do we really need to see?
All of them. Watch
you really think they're all that good?
I mean, just why not watch them?
I agree. I think I'm just trying to figure out if there is a time crunch.
Let's talk about the biggest surprise for me. The biggest surprise for me is that St. Louis's own James Gunn got nothing for his Superman movie. Where I would have thought that would have been a shoo-in for adapted screenplay, because you're adapting a character that's been around since 1939.
Right.
And how do you do that for modern audiences and make it seem fun and relevant? And also maybe for special effects, because of Crypto the Superdog was not an actual dog, and everybody loved Crypto.
Oh, yeah.
But I think the reason why it didn't is
great.
Is comic book fatigue. For the voters, they're not thinking this is anything new. They're thinking, another comic book. So I think that's too bad that was snubbed. The other surprise for me is that the most sort of, what do they call it, like a coworker movie or a boomer movie, a dad movie, F1 got nominated for Best Picture, and that one blows my mind. I do not understand that nomination at all.
Were you a fan of the movie?
No,
okay.
I'm not a fan of cars anyway.
Come on, F1 is great,
well, see,
Max.
there you go. So that's how it got in, is because of the Connors.
What about Begonia? What is this about?
Yeah, can I ask something? Is Emma Stone and this Yorgos Lanthimos, are they on a one-a-year schedule?
They are kind of working well together.
There's lots of rumors about the two of them. I mean, she's married, and I think he might also be married, so I don't want to start anything here, but let's just say they're very close coworkers.
But it seems like every year they've got another weird movie.
They do.
And it's not dissimilar from De Niro and Scorsese, or then De Niro and DiCaprio. You find your director, you like your director. Kyle MacLachlan worked with David Lynch a whole lot, so I think Emma found her guy with Yorgos. I don't like Yorgos's movies.
I don't either, but I love her.
Yeah, she's great. I make the joke, I hope she escapes from his clutches and goes back and makes more fun movies.
Regular movies.
Yeah, but Begonia is actually a remake of, I believe it was a Korean film about people who were delusional and thought an alien was invading Earth. I am a little surprised about that Best Picture nomination as well.
Okay, what is Hamnet about then?
Hamnet is it's a, what do they call it? A historical fiction, meaning the real thing that happened was that Hamlet and his wife had a young son who died when he was 4. So this is a fictionalized account of that is what inspired Shakespeare to write Hamlet. However, I think in real life, I think that he was already working on the play, and so I don't know exactly how historically accurate it is, but Jessie Buckley plays his wife, and she's an extraordinary actress anyway. So I think that she's a shoo-in to win best actress here. I was happy to see K-pop Demon Hunters nominated for Best Animated Feature, but I don't think it's going to win, because I think that voting body, they like playing it safe, especially in that category. They like going with Disney or Pixar. And given that this year's Pixar was the underwhelming Elio, which still got a nomination, which again, they're playing it safe, I think Zootopia 2, the highest grossing animated film of all time, will definitely win. I think K-pop takes it home with Golden, because even if you didn't see the film,
you've heard the song.
You know that song. So those voters who won't watch K-pop Demon Hunters have still heard that song. So I think that's a shoo-in to win.
Yeah. Any surprises when it comes to Best Actor or Best Actress?
Let's see. Any surprises? I was happy to see Rose Byrne get in there for "If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You," which
what
is not.
What is that movie about?
It's about the hardships of motherhood.
Okay.
And I will tell you that I didn't really enjoy the film, but Rose Byrne was wonderful in that. I think it's a 2-person race really between her and Jessie Buckley. It depends on what people watch. As far as actor, again, it's a 2-person race between DiCaprio and Little Timmy. If people want to know when to watch this,
Little Timmy won all of the other awards so far, right? The Golden Globes, the critics,
different voting bodies.
Okay.
the critics are not members of the Academy, and the Hollywood Foreign Press, certainly by virtue of their name, do not vote in the Oscars. So none of that matters. You can have people. You can have people every year. You can have Sylvester Stallone winning Best Supporting Actor for Creed in every single critics body, which he did, and he had no chance at the Oscars because it's a different voting body. It's the people who are actually in the industry working on the movies instead of the other acolytes, the other satellites in the New York Film Critics or the online film critics or the Hollywood Foreign Press who are just orbiting. They're not the actual people working.
I love that take on it. All right, let's switch gears a little bit because I know you want to talk about stranded movies. Of course, Castaway immediately comes to mind, which I just finally saw it probably in the last 2 years, and it was amazing.
What'd you think of Wilson?
I thought Wilson was a great supporting actor.
Best supporting actor.
Supporting actor?
Yeah.
The volleyball. So I wanted to talk about the best movies about being stranded because of a new film from Sam Raimi called Send Help, which we've all seen the trailer. I think it's got Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien, and
it looks scary.
He's a bad boss, and he's going to fire her, but they go on a business trip. They get stranded on an island, and she goes feral, basically. And it's from Sam Raimi. So we'll be reviewing that on the show. So that made me think, well, what other movies about being stranded could we talk about? And I've got 6 of them here, if you guys have a moment. The first one is kind of the most frightening because it's based on a true story. And this has got James Franco and Kate Mara, and it's called 127 Hours. And that is because that is the length of time that this person was stranded. He was spelunking. We all know what that is, right?
Oh, yeah.
He was going around in the caves and the rocks and everything, and he had it all planned out. He had his canteen, he had his backpack, experienced guy. But his leg slips and he gets his arm stuck between 2 giant boulders for 127 hours. And it's about the lengths he will go to survive.
Yes, and that's one that has been tough to watch.
Did you see it? It was good. I thought it was good.
No, it was.
Although it was her. Oh, my Lord.
Look away.
Cuts his arm off.
Wow, hey,
Josh!
spoilers. Why would you do that?
That was 15 years ago.
Okay, but still we're talking
Recommending it
about,
here.
Okay.
All right, here's another one, and don't let the title throw you because this was before Disney's movie. It's called Frozen. And this is about a couple of pals who are going up on a ski lift. And they are going on the ski lift after hours because everybody's gone home. But the guy's like, I know the code. It's fine. It's going to be great. And they get super high up. And then
it shuts
and
off.
It shuts down.
Oh, no.
And they're on the ski lift?
There's 2 guys and a girl. One of the guys is Sean Ashmore, who was in the X-Men movies. I think this was about 2012 or so. And it's just, and so they're so high up, they can't seatbelt themselves. They don't know how to get down, and it's like below zero. So how do you save each other? What do you do? Frostbite is sitting in. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good movie called Frozen.
One of them tries to jump at one point.
Yes, and it does not go well.
No.
Okay.
Another one. There's been a couple of different versions of this one, but I think this is the first one. You thought of Castaway first. This is the first one that I thought of, and I still think the best version is the black and white version from 1963, and this is the first adaptation of Lord of the Flies, which is about the schoolboys that are stranded, and they go crazy, and they form different, survival partitions and what have you, and there's maybe a demon pig, and there's all kinds of crazy things. It's pretty affecting. My kid had to read this for English class, and then we rented the movie, and it's a pretty harsh movie.
How many movie adaptations have they done of this?
At least 3.
I only know the Balthazar Getty one.
Yes, that's the one from the 90s. I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that down in Florida.
I've
on
got the
Dollar
conch.
Show.
Well,
when they drop the boulder on
and
his
the
head.
TV show Yellow Jackets is kind of...
It is similar, yes.
It's the
except
same
it's
thing.
Female
Yes.
instead. Yeah, exactly. Let's go with one starring Liam Neeson, and it's directed by Joe Carnahan. And this has got a strange title. It's called The Gray. But this is about a bunch of, Connor's nodding his head, it's about a bunch of ne'er-do-wells, gun-toting villains, basically, who crash land. And it's a huge misdirect because they're like, well, we need to get the money, we need to get over here, but there are these gray wolves that are there. Ooh. And the wolves have another idea. The wolves are like, we're going to pick you off one by one. And so it becomes a survival story of how do we get rescued, and also there are these wolves. And it's pretty fantastic. It's pretty rough and pretty grim, I would say. Wouldn't you say, Connor?
Yes. Yeah, really good though. I liked it.
It is good.
Yeah.
And then we've got 2 left. We've got one with Sam Rockwell, a very strange science fiction movie called Moon, where he is a guy who has volunteered to live on his own for a cycle for 3 years at this moon base to do this stuff. And he's ready to be done with his shift. And somebody's going to come relieve him and do the next 3 years, but then they don't show up. And the little AI is telling him, something else going on. And so he kind of loses it a little bit because his relief is not coming. And it's pretty much a one-man show with Sam Rockwell. And I just now remembered in the process of doing this review that the AI voice, this was fun at the time, trust me, it was Kevin Spacey.
Oh, yeah.
So I wonder in the special edition of
At
Moon
the
if they might redo that voice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And, David Bowie's son directed that.
Yes, that's right. That was his first movie, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really, really good. I didn't want to give away what's really happening with Sam Rockwell because there is a reveal. So, Josh, don't go.
I haven't seen it. I have
Okay.
not seen Moon.
And then finally, another one that is really wonderful. Try to get the longer director's cut if you can from Ridley Scott. This has a cast of thousands. It's really a lot of fun. It's called The Martian. And this is Matt Damon,
Yes.
who is an explorer who crash lands on Mars. And it's all about the Earth trying to bring him home. And scientists banding together to try to figure out the rockets and how can we do it. You've got everybody from Kristen Wiig in this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's in this film. It's really, really good. And it's a good crowd pleaser. Just get the longer version if you can. It's like 3 hours, but it's great.
I can't believe how many stranded movies there are, and we didn't even talk about Sandra Bullock in
Gravity.
Yes,
Gravity.
which
There
I
are-
thought was a great movie as
could
well.
Definitely do 16 more. There are a lot on this subject. And it'll be interesting to see if Send Help is one of the good ones. I don't know yet. I'm actually seeing it tonight. Really quick, to double back on the Academy Awards conversation, if people are curious when they can watch it.
Yes.
Sometimes it's late January. Usually it's late February. They pushed it even further this year.
March.
You can watch it on ABC or on Hulu, which is now a part of Disney Plus, on March 15th.
All right, what will we be hearing this weekend if we tune in to Max on Movies?
This weekend we have film director Joe Wright from Pride and Prejudice and Atonement and The Soloist and Hannah. He's coming on the show. I'm very excited to talk to him. And also reviews of Mercy, the new AI movie. So there you go.
All right, we'll be listening. Thanks.
Thank you.
It is 3:49. Time to check back in with Captain Paul Kopsky. How's traffic?
Heidi, an accident on 70 West at Branch has traffic jammed back to Memorial Drive. A stalled vehicle on 64 West past Spirit of St. Louis Boulevard is blocking the left lane. 44 East is congested from Kings Highway to Vandeventer with the 2 right lanes closed for road work. 55 South is crowded at 4500 South Broadway. And 64 West is busy in front of Forest Park and nearly bumper to bumper from 364 to the 6470 interchange. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
Kuna Food Service has been the trusted food supplier in the Midwest since 1918. For over 100 years, Kuna Food Service has been distributing the highest quality food products to some of your favorite restaurants while delivering superior customer service. When a restaurant puts their trust in Kuna Food Service, they get a team that truly cares about their success. That's why at Kuna, they like to say, they're big enough to handle it, yet small enough to care. Check them out online at kunafoodservice.com.
St. Louis Ambush Indoor Soccer is back this Saturday afternoon at the Family Arena to take on the Milwaukee Wave at 4:05 p.m. And it's multicultural night. Make your plans to get there early and get an Ambush rally towel presented by Greenleaf Procurement. Plus, there will be a youth soccer clinic before the game. Go to stlambush.com to register. That's this Saturday, St. Louis versus Milwaukee at 4:05 p.m. Tickets available at the Family Arena box office or at Ticketmaster.com. For more information, go to stlambush.com.
Fielder Electric Services has been meeting the needs of residents and businesses in the St. Louis area since 1987. As a family and Christian-run business, Fielder Electric believes in treating the customers the right way. Fielder Electric provides service to residential, industrial, or commercial businesses. Under the directive of a licensed master electrician, all work is completed by our professional electricians. Get a free quote from them today. Visit them online at fielderelectricservices.com or give them a call at 314-773-4955. Welcome to Pizza World, your hometown pizza. Located in Creve Coeur on Olive just west of 270 and in Shrewsbury off Murdoch Avenue. Pizza World delivers the finest flavors of gourmet pizzas, chicken Alfredo, Texas barbecue, spicy Thai, and the Pizza World signature gourmet Appindanza. See the entire menu at pizzaworldonline.com. Perfect for office meetings, family get-togethers, or watch parties. Call Pizza World for the finest flavors of gourmet pizza, pastas, and salad. Pizza World.
I don't know about you, but these cold days have me dreaming about those summer nights under the stars at the Muni. Muni President and CEO Kofi Coleman is joining us with a rundown of the 108th season, and I got to tell you, it is amazing. Thanks for making time for this afternoon.
Thank you for having us. I could not agree more. I'm looking outside on this weather forecast. I was like, is it June yet?
I know.
I'm over it.
Yeah, countdown is on. It all kicks off June 15th with Hairspray, and that's always a super fun show.
It is. It's one of my favorites. It's obviously an audience favorite. It was number one on the survey. So no, it's a good one. Yeah, it's a fun show. It's fun music. It's, as you know, it's based in 1962 Baltimore. And it's humor. There's great music. It's just a fun way to kick off the season. And anytime we have that number one show on the survey, it's one we actually are able to do. It's always something we're happy about. So yeah, we're gonna start off real summer on June 15th with Hairspray. Then we go to Shrek. Everybody knows we have a family show. You got to have a chance to bring the little ones out to see a little bit of magic happen on stage.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, Shrek is back before the holiday. Yeah.
And so then we have South Pacific.
South Pacific, yeah, true classic. I think this place, we are fortunate to be able to do a lot of different types of musicals, but part of that bread and butter is the big classic Rodgers and Hammerstein, or R&H, as those in the business say, a musical. So South Pacific brings us back from the holiday break. And then we go to Disney's Newsies, another one that's for the family. If you are into a big dance, or what they call them, a dancicle musical, that's one to see. So we'll have Newsies after that. And then I'm not supposed to have favorite shows, but I do for the season, and it's going to be Ain't Too Proud, mostly because it's just music I grew up listening to that my parents loved, and that's I saw the tour earlier, so I'm excited to see the wonderful Muni version that we do midsummer.
Yeah, it will definitely be bigger and better. And then we've got Meet Me in St. Louis and Something Rotten, which I thought was super fun.
Something Rotten is hilarious. The funniest part about it is it's hard to even explain to a person why it's funny. You just have to see it. I mean, it's two brothers trying to write, I guess, what would be the first musical, but they're competing against a little-known artist named William Shakespeare. So it's a funny time. But yeah, like you said, that one closes the season. But having Meet Me in St. Louis right before it, there are moments where for a community or a city, you get to we literally see yourself or see your community on stage in just like a lovely, nice story. So we're excited. The season is joyous. It's happy. It's fun. Lots of opportunities to come together for folks who just have a night under the stars.
And Kofi, I read that you can see all 7 shows this summer for just $126. Is that true, or was that a misprint?
No, that is true. You can see Terrace C season tickets are $126. Absolutely. I mean, technically you can see the whole season for free, but
that's true.
Also not a misprint. But yeah, I mean, we priced the season, we priced the theater to make sure that we've removed as many barriers to access as possible. So there are a couple thousand seats in the Terrace C section. So for as low as $126, you can see all 7 shows. You can have a neat tradition, start something with your friends or loved ones. And, it's a reason to get out of the house, put the screen down, watch humans do human things together. I'm biased. I love it here, but I think I love more than just being here. The experience of seeing other folks have their Muni night is really fulfilling.
Well, and I just can't even imagine the friendships that have been made after sitting beside the same family or the same couple for all of these years.
That's, we talked about opening with Hairspray, and while the show is great, one of the best parts about the opening week is watching that happen. Because we forget that these folks haven't seen each other for 9 months, and they're catching up on life. So those, what we call walk-in, that 45 minutes before the show starts, is the loudest on the first week because hugs, laughter. You see people bringing each other gifts. It's even the little corner where I stand, the folks that sit behind me coming back, and we're just catching up on the year before. This place, you will always see a wonderful musical. There's no question. You'll have a great night under the stars, but you'll also just build community, build friendships. I miss people when we don't see them. So part of my excitement about June is just getting together with friends that we don't get to see for 8 or 9 months.
I want that for myself. I need to be.
You can come on out.
Yeah, I need a season pass. So Kofi, you look at the schedule, and Heidi told me, blew my mind. I didn't realize that when the Muni puts on a show, they do everything. This isn't the 18-wheeler dropping off the sets and everything. You guys produce these shows yourselves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shows. Does the same director do all the shows, or do you bring in a different director for every show?
Different director. So you're absolutely right. This is not a tour. So we license a script and a score, and then from there we are designing every element, building the sets. We start auditions in next week. We've started our youth auditions already. Everything is made here and rehearsed here, so that for those 7 nights, never again will you see that show in that form or in that way. So we say it's for and by the people of St. Louis because it truly is. Now the talent comes from across the world, but it's made for that specific moment. Different directors for each show because they run so close. 11 days of rehearsal, 7 days of run. I mean, if we had the one director, I think they would do it for exactly half the season and run out crying.
Ripping their hair out.
And then you'd be stuck with me, and you don't want that. Each show has its own creative team, its own design team, because some points of summer, multiple shows live here at the same time, and it's a feat in and of itself to see people come together and make a musical of that scale come together in just 11 days. But it's part of the Muni magic. It's in the water.
And since all the props and backgrounds and everything are yours, do you guys have a treasure trove of Muni history?
We do. Yeah, now some things are built to exist for exactly 7 days, and then some are made. But we have a huge, significant prop warehouse that's under the stage, and we have another warehouse in the city. So there's a treasure trove for sure of items and things you've seen on stage. We've started a new process a couple of years ago. We have a little Muni auction at the end of the summer, and some of those the neater props that you might see, we have those just help raise a little money for the organization. But yeah, there's a lot of history when you walk through that prop warehouse, and sometimes you'll see something reappear in a different show.
Yeah.
And all that's just part of the connecting point or the through line for the whole place.
It was always one of my favorite stories to do when I was doing TV, is to go and see the different props you could catch. Before we let you go, and I don't know what you can say and what you can't, but John Batiste and Diana Ross were amazing. Do we plan on having another concert?
Yeah.
We do plan to have another concert. That was the call I was on just before this one. So we are narrowing down. We've got a couple artists. I can't say much yet, but we have started a tradition that restarted a tradition, no turning back on. So, we will, it's part of it. And we're going to figure out the best artist, but we're going to have another magical night when the season's all said and done of a concert night at the Muni as well. So, we're just excited to get past this weekend's winter weather and on to the spring and summer.
Yeah, agree. Well, you can choose your seats now at muni.org. Kofi, thank you so much. Stay warm.
The Big 550.
KTRS, St. Louis.
Operations ramp up further. Vice President J.D. Vance visited the city today, calling for local and state leaders to work with federal authorities on operations. Here's ABC's Pierre Thomas.
What the vice president did not mention is that the governor, the attorney general of the state, and the mayor of Minneapolis are also facing criminal investigation by the Justice Department. Many would say that's not exactly cooperation. So the point there being that there's real tension and is having practical and direct impacts on what's happening on the ground, because in some ways the people are responding to what they're hearing and what they're seeing.
Former special counsel Jack Smith testified at a House hearing today about his criminal investigations into Donald Trump, denying charges were political. ABC's Jay O'Brien has more.
Jack Smith's defiant tone, really, in the face of Republican criticism for years at this point, saying before television cameras in that hearing room, something we know he said before behind closed doors, which is, in his view, President Trump broke the law and he would have been able to get a conviction of the president at trial if these two cases had not been scuttled by the fact that Donald Trump won re-election.
President Trump wrapped up meetings at the World Economic Forum, but offered few new details about the framework on Greenland after backing off from using military force and tariffs. ABC's Rachel Scott is in Davos.
NATO Secretary General telling Reuters the deal calls for allies to step up their Arctic security measures and believes it can be done early this year. The president has insisted the U.S. needs Greenland for national security, but an existing agreement already allows the president to expand American military presence on the island.
A monster winter storm is taking shape, bringing the threat of heavy ice, record snow, and bitter cold temperatures to millions from the southwest to the northeast. 5 governors have declared states of emergency. You're listening to ABC News.
Everyone's talking about these weight loss drugs, and it's a good thing we've got Dr. Joe Molesky with us, a St. Louis native and board-certified primary care physician. Dr. Joe, it can get very confusing, but the one thing we need to know is GLP-1, right? That's the magic cure.
The magic cure is these weight loss shots. They're injected once weekly. They're not like the old medications that you've seen 20, 30 years ago. These medications actually work. They're injected once weekly, and patients see within the first 90 days 10 to 15 pounds down. It simply works, and that's why I recommend it to all of my patients. You simply go online, book an appointment, you fill out a health questionnaire form, you get an appointment on our schedule. It's all telemedicine based. It's all done from your home, and then you meet with me or one of my nurse practitioners, and then after the 10, 15-minute consult, the medication is delivered right to your door discreetly, and you get started right now on your weight loss journey.
And you want to start to lose weight? None better than to call stlmedweightloss.com and ask Dr. Joe. stlmedweightloss.com.
41 degrees at 4:03 with KTRS News. I'm Steve Potter. The city of St. Louis is preparing for dangerously cold temperatures and the potential this weekend for significant winter weather, including snow, sleet, and ice. This morning on the McCarthy Show, St. Louis Mayor Kara Spencer addressed the issue.
So we will be activating a code blue level 4, which is how we're going to be activating our shelters and our warming centers for the most vulnerable folks out there. And as far as the streets go, as I mentioned, we're already out there pre-treating. We have got folks on snow duty lined up, ready to plow if we do get those inches of snow that we are expecting.
Our forecast coming up. A suspect is in custody in connection with a murder in the Central West End. 27-year-old Jamal Jones is charged with first-degree murder and armed criminal action in connection with the shooting death of 23-year-old Jordan Walker of Ferguson. His body was found in an alley along Olive early yesterday morning. Harris Stowe State University in St. Louis will break ground tomorrow on a new $62 million STEM building on Laclede Avenue. The 4-story, 82,000-square-foot building will be used to support academic programs, research, and hands-on learning, featuring laboratories designed for collaboration. Friday's groundbreaking ceremony begins at 10 a.m. and will be followed by an indoor reception. The annual St. Louis Auto Show kicked off today and runs through Sunday at America Center. The popular event showcases new vehicles, safety technology, and exotic cars. On the Heidi Glaus Show, Stephanie Bellego of the St. Louis Auto Dealer Association confirmed that the $1 Million Mile event is back this year, featuring some of the most sought-after vehicles in the world.
It is back. Yeah, we partnered with Cars and Coffee St. Louis. They are bringing some of the best that you will see out on the roads. So I'm very excited to see what they bring down also. So we increased that space some this year.
You can find ticket information and other event details at stlouisautoshow.com. This KTRS Business Minute brought to you by Walter Knoll Florist, the place for all your floral needs. Place your order anytime at WKF.com. The Illinois Board of Higher Education has approved the 2027 recommended budget. The budget recommends an overall 4.5% increase in higher education funding. The budget recommendation now goes to Governor Pritzker and the General Assembly for consideration. Now a look at the markets, brought to you by JBL Financial. Tune in to Straight Talk on Retirement, Saturday mornings from 9 to 11. At close, the Dow up 306 points at 49,384. NASDAQ up 211 at 23,436. And the S&P 500 up 37 at 6,913. Now let's throw it to Paul for sports and traffic.
Steve, St. Louis City SC is reportedly in talks to trade Klaus to the LA Galaxy. City would get general allocation money back in return and the ability to free up roster spots. And our Mizzou insider Eli Hoff reports in the Post-Dispatch that the university was operating with a budget deficit of $9.1 million in 2025. The deficit is actually down from $15.2 million in 2024. I'm Paul Kopsky from the the Royal Banks of Missouri Sports Desk, and now on to traffic. An accident on 70 West at Branch has traffic jammed back past the Millennium Hotel. 44 East is congested from Kings Highway to Vandeventer with the 2 right lanes closed for road work. 55 South is running slow from Gasconade to 4500 South Broadway. And 64 West is busy from Kings Highway to Clayton Skinker and nearly bumper to bumper from 364 to the 6470 interchange. This traffic report is brought to you by the Number 2 crew. When your dog makes a mess in the backyard, give our friends at the Number 2 crew a call. They will handle all of your dirty business on these cold winter days. Visit them online at no2crew.com. That's no2crew.com. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
Our forecast is calling for an overnight low around 9 degrees. Tomorrow's high 14, and a winter storm watch begins. We have a 90% chance for snow on Saturday, a high of 13, a 70% chance for more snow on Sunday with a high around 16 degrees. The total snow accumulation over the weekend estimated to be at least 4 to 6 inches. Right now at 8 minutes past 4 o'clock, partly cloudy, 41 degrees at the Gold Tower at Westport. Steve Potter, KTRS News, the talk of St. Louis.
Diana from Newstetter's Fine Jewelers here to remind you, we don't just offer the best pieces, we offer one of the last master hand engravers in our country. My father can create timeless, personal, and unforgettable pieces. Come by our showroom at the corner of Big Ben and Doherty Ferry or learn more online at wowdiamonds.com.
Farmers and ranchers, when it's time to buy or sell ag equipment, think Purple Wave Auction. We're your go-to online marketplace for tractors, combines, sprayers, and more. With our no reserve policy, every item sells to the highest bidder. Experience the Purple Wave difference. Nationwide reach with a local touch. Purple Wave Auction. Whether you're expanding your operation or streamlining your fleet, we've got you covered. Visit purplewave.com today. Fuel your farm with Purple Wave Auction.
The final stretch of your career isn't about slowing down. It's about getting strategic. Those last 5 years before retirement can define your financial future, from maximizing contributions and paying off high-interest debt to mapping out health care and testing your post-retirement budget. This is your moment to take control. At Pioneer Wealth Management, we help you connect all the moving parts. Real peace of mind starts long before your final paycheck. Investment advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Pioneer Wealth Management and Creative One Wealth are unaffiliated. Life insurance professional. Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal.
You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey on the Big 550 KTRS.
Our headlines for this Thursday afternoon, January 22nd, St. Louis-based furniture maker to exhibit work at the Smithsonian. Martin Goebel, an award-winning maker of custom bench-made furniture with work represented in public and private collections around the globe, will exhibit a selection of his designs at the 2026 Smithsonian Craft Show in Washington, D.C. His pieces are absolutely stunning. This show features 120 artisans selected by a jury of museum curators from nearly 2,000 applicants working at the highest level of contemporary American craft across a range of disciplines. Now, Martin Goebel is aiming to show a total of 5 pieces, including a round table for 4 to 6 people in solid zebra wood. He's also got a play on a steamer trunk or 2, and in addition to a few prototypes he's been working on in his manufacturing facility in North St. Louis. The 2026 Craft Show runs from April 23rd to the 26th at the National Building Museum in Washington, D.C. If you happen to be in the area, check it out because his pieces alone are worth seeing.
And Darren's going to join us, so I've got a car story for him, but we also heard at the top of the hour news, we've got the car show coming, and we've got tickets for that, don't we, Connor?
We do.
Oh.
We've got car show tickets.
Let's give some tickets away.
Is it this weekend?
Let me look at the tickets.
It's coming up.
It's this weekend.
All right. So, drive your snowplow to the car show at America Center. We've got tickets to give away. But let me ask you guys a question. Do you know any, we know Japanese cars, Toyota. We know Korean cars, Hyundais and Kias. Darren, you're already here, so let's turn your microphone on.
Oh, thanks.
You know any Chinese cars? Chinese manufacturers. Daewoo?
Is that?
I think that's Japanese.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Isn't the Chinese car the one that is taking over as far as solar? Or
Well, that's the thing. The EV market in other countries dominated by really cheap Chinese EVs, but we don't sell them here.
No.
We don't.
However, Canada just made a deal last week to slash tariffs on imported Chinese EVs, marking their official entrance into Canada. And Mexico just raised tariffs on Chinese cars to 50% because they've already captured 20% of the market in Mexico. So now we're being surrounded by these cheap Chinese EVs. And a lot of American lawmakers and dealers are saying never in this country should we allow a Chinese manufactured car. Number one, they say it's a national security issue. And number two, they say it would just be devastating for the American auto industry. So Donald Trump has weighed in on this and said, we'd love to sell Chinese cars here if you build the factories and hire Americans to work at it. So we'll see what happens. But Canada and Mexico, Canada now already allowing the Chinese cars to come in, and we'll get Darren's full thoughts on the Chinese cars coming to the United States.
All right. Well, I'll tell you this. We also talk about building in America. Well, I can tell you, Dalco Home Remodeling custom makes their doors and windows here in Missouri. I mean, that even takes it one step further. Dalco Home Remodeling can do a little bit of everything. As I mentioned, they do doors and windows, and we're talking not just your front door, but beautiful French doors, sliding doors, and I don't know if you've ever seen like French doors that open up onto a patio. It just changes the look of everything. It makes your living room or whatever room is opening up to the patio prettier, and it makes the patio, kind of see it even on these cold days, look out at the patio. But they also do energy-saving vinyl replacement windows. They do roofs. They can even do a remodel on your bathroom. So if you're thinking about that project this year, start at Dalco Home Remodeling. You can give them a call at 314-298-7300, 314-298-7300, or go online, kind of get an idea of the projects that they can do at DalcoHomeRemodeling.com. As Josh mentioned, Big D is here, and that means it's your chance to win some of his money. So get ready. We're about to have a whole lot of fun.
Some of my fondest memories as a kid is heading down to the hardware store. You had to pick up a couple of nails, a couple of screws, maybe a gallon of paint, whatever it may be, right? It was your friendly neighborhood hardware store. Well, those don't exist anymore in St. Louis, except for Schnarr's Hardware. They have two locations in Webster Groves and in Clayton Road in Ladue. Schnarr's Hardware is that place where you go in and you can get that bucket of paint, you can get a couple of screws. The advice is always free. And the one thing about Schnarr's Hardware that every single family hardware store used to have, and that is the smell. It smells like a hardware store. It's got the selection. I don't know how they do it. It's a small store, but they got everything you ever need. They got the paint. They got paint matching. They've got big green eggs. They've got screws and nails and everything a hardware store should have. Schnarr's Hardware, 2 locations, 1 great hardware store. Schnarr's Hardware, we'll see you there.
Don't get lulled into believing the IRS is getting soft. It's just the opposite. Hi, this is Lance Drury with the Lance Drury Law Firm. We are being told by IRS collection officers that their higher-ups are demanding that they get more aggressive than ever. So don't ignore them any longer. Level up. If you have unfiled returns, unpaid taxes, levies, or liens, call me, Lance Drury, today, and let me get between you and the IRS. I'll protect your rights. At the Lance Drury Law Firm, our practice is focused 100% on fighting the IRS. Remember, IRS problems are legal problems, and they need to be handled by an expert attorney who's done it for decades. So call the Lance Drury Law Firm today. We're local. Our office is right here in St. Louis. Call 314-260-6120. Visit Lance, DRURY law.com to schedule your free consultation with your local tax resolution law firm.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Country Club Car Wash is the best car wash in town. How do I know? I have an unlimited monthly pass to Country Club Car Wash, and it's fantastic. They're touchless, and you get free vacuums at select locations. Each and every day on the morning show, we will be giving away one free Country Club Car Wash to the text of the day. And each week, we'll be giving away a grand prize, 1 month of free Country Club Car Washes to the text of the week. We'll see you on the show, and we'll see you at Country Club Car Wash, cccwstl.com.
The St. Louis Symphony Orchestra brings the sweet nostalgia and soul-shattering passion of Tchaikovsky's Fourth Symphony to life this January. This energetic program also features performer Wu Wei playing a stunning concerto on the shong, a mouth organ, and one of the oldest known Chinese instruments. Don't miss this unique program, January 24th and 25th at Powell Hall at the Jack C. Taylor Music Center. Tickets at slso.org.
You've had all these great ideas about what to do with your outside space. Now's the time to take the next step and call Outdoor Living, because Pat Leahy and the gang at Outdoor Living have built a showroom which is a great resource for you. You can go in and see all the products they have, the composite decking, the metal framing. You see, at Outdoor Living, what they pride themselves on is building it right the first time and never having to worry about it again. So they build it. You can enjoy it for the rest of your life. Outdoor Living, their showroom on Big Bend and I-44 in Kirkwood, is a great resource for you. You can go and see all the different ways and all the different things they can do. Then they'll come out, they'll do a site visit, and in just a few short weeks, you will have the dream deck, fence, gazebo, pergola, whatever it may be. Outdoor Living, right there in Big Bend and I-44 in Kirkwood. 314-966-3325. or OutdoorLivingInc.com. Check out the showroom and take that next step. You'll love it. Outdoor Living or OutdoorLivingInc.com.
Hi, it's Frank Cusimano inviting you to join me for the Press Box, brought to you by Control Option, Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. We're going to interview some of the biggest names in sports and have our opening monologue. That's the Press Box, brought to you by Control Option, Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m. right here on the Big 550 KTRS, the Talk of St. Louis.
It's the Big Thursday giveaway with Big D from HW Kia of West County on the Big 550 KTRS.
Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
Big D is back in the house. I missed you last week. I mean, I was having a good time on a beach in Mexico, but I always miss you.
Well, that's nice.
Did they take care of you here while I was gone?
Well, he didn't come in. I didn't show up. If you're not here, I'm not here. I mean, you know.
We stick together.
It's kind of like, Who was here? Like Guy and
Bob and
John.
I was out sick.
You were out too.
I was out sick.
Yeah.
I said, Heidi's not going to be there. He goes, say no more.
That's it.
I think it's probably Josh is going to be there. He's like, what? Hang on. What are we doing? You were a little under the weather the last time, but you're feeling better.
Yeah, I had a little bit of that flu stuff, I think. Yeah.
Everybody seems to be getting it, but you're back.
We're back in action. I feel good.
Good.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
No, I'm taking a shot for my sinuses that really makes you nauseous, which I shouldn't talk about, but it makes me not want to eat, which is good. So it really kind of...
Does it make your... can you breathe better?
I'm a whole new person.
Are you really?
No.
Oh.
But my nose is, my right side.
But you can breathe again.
It's amazing.
I don't want to,
Well, don't.
Go ahead.
Any HIPAA violations.
Oh, I don't care. Go ahead.
But you had polyps in your nose.
I have one big one, and they want to cut it out, but he has to get the swelling down.
And so that's what you're doing.
He gave me this injection I do once a week, and it's really painful.
Where do you have to put the shot?
In my six-pack. I mean, in my stomach. But it goes, and it burns really bad, You got to keep it cold. And then
how long does it hurt?
Oh, while you're putting it in.
Okay.
Just that, and then for a few days you're kind of nauseous feeling. And then today was really bad for me. And then it goes away, but I can breathe like a maniac.
Okay, well, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
you kind of need to be able to breathe.
And the doctor said, if I give you these shots, you're not going to want to come back and do the surgery. And he's probably right, but I have to because he'll He won't be happy.
And how long have you had breathing?
Oh, it's been, well, he told me in 2002 I was there, and he told me to do this, and I
That was
didn't.
almost 25 years ago.
Oh,
I don't follow directions well.
goodness.
Yeah. And he's like, we got to get this done. That's why he was apprehensive to give me the shot. Because
he
it
knew
does
that
so
you would
well.
not.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever done anything medically? Like, I'm starting to do allergy shots now because it's like I'm just sick of having toilet paper and Kleenex on me
so
all the
Wednesday
time.
when I go back, they want to do the allergy sticks or whatever. Do
Yeah.
that too to
what
see what
you're
else is
allergic
causing
to?
the swelling. So I'm going to do all of it.
But
I'm
it's
doing
like,
it.
have you ever done something medically and said, why didn't I,
I know.
do this
Well,
10
that's
years
ours.
ago?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's just, everything's inconvenient.
Well, it's
You know, or whatever.
we only make it inconvenient.
Okay, whatever.
Do you give yourself the shot, or you go in and they give you the shot?
Well, he gave me the first one there. And then I had to sit in a cage for an hour to make sure I didn't bark like a dog. Then they could stay around.
Well, your tail's wagging.
Yeah, wah! and then I do it myself. Yeah.
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 It's a little weird to do because,
It is
I'm on the
weird.
weight loss medication
Yeah.
and like trying to find that spot.
yeah.
And like, ooh, can
Well,
I do
you
it?
give yourself
but,
the shot?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Interesting.
But
Yeah.
it's worth it as far as that goes. How's the dealership doing? And what do you do to prepare for this
I just-
snow that's coming?
Pray
Yeah.
that it passes us. It's the worst thing that can happen to us. It really is, because nobody shows up, but I make everybody show up for work. And it's like, okay, what are we doing here? But you have to show up in case someone's car breaks down and they need to get in. We prepare with just a typical move cars, lift the wipers, which sounds stupid, so they don't smack, so they don't
Right.
get locked on the windshields. And then you get in there early. Like my son will get up around 4 if it starts, and he'll get there and plow a track around the place for us. And then we'll just start shuffling cars and trying to. The key is to get it looking as normal as you can, as quick as you can.
Oh, it sounds like so much work.
It's a lot of work, and then you just. Yeah, you're depressed for 48 hours or
Yeah.
however long it is. I'm afraid if it goes into Monday or Tuesday too. I don't remember as a kid when snow came. I don't remember it crippling the city like
Shutting
it does.
everything
Yeah.
down.
It's like this is all I don't
Or
know.
were we just not driving at the time, so we were out playing
Maybe
in it, and we
maybe
didn't know
that's
that
it.
everybody
Yeah.
else was complaining?
Well, Connor was looking up the last time we got 12 inches of snow. It was 2013.
Yeah.
What is it? Palm Sunday snow? That's what they called it?
Right around then.
Palm Sunday snow. And then he said the one before that was 1982, which
That was a big one.
Yeah.
everybody remembers that
in
one.
82, my mom's friend, there was 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and there was about a dozen of us in the house.
Whoa.
A friend of my mom's came over with her kids, didn't leave for a week.
No.
They were stuck at our house.
What?
Yeah.
Of all the
And
houses to
funny,
go to.
I was in Cuba the other day with my mom, and I go, who is that lady, your friend? I don't recognize her. She goes, that's so-and-so that got stuck in our house back in the... She's still alive, and they were there. So
That is
wild.
so
I mean,
funny.
I remember that storm.
How do you do that with one bathroom?
I don't know how we did it, but I started a podcast. Well, I didn't start a podcast. I'm starting one, and I did a prototype of one.
You did?
I
Where's
did.
this going to air?
I don't know how to even do it yet, other than it's going to be on, I guess, YouTube stuff. Or
Okay.
Yeah.
Did Scott call you, Josh, about it?
Yeah,
So
we
we're
talked.
working on it. But,
Okay.
And I did my brother and I did like a mock-up one just to see if I could do it. It was kind of fun. But my point was,
You talking
With
about
the
somebody
snow.
growing up and
Growing
what
up,
was my point?
Cuba, your mom,
I don't know. Anyway.
nostalgia.
it's going to be a great podcast.
It's going to be a great podcast. Well, I think it's a shot. No,
These
I'm
aren't-
losing my mind.
This isn't jogging your memory.
Nothing is.
The snow.
I was going to do a
That lady.
podcast, but it was something about the podcast I was going to tell you guys, but I can't remember what it was. I just forgot.
That's okay.
But it'll come back to me.
Maybe it is. It's the polyp.
It's the polyp.
Moved into your brain.
Yeah, exactly.
Funny.
Oh, you asked about a one bathroom.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It came
Yes, the one
See?
bathroom.
My brother and I were saying during that podcast that I was happier then than I am now as a kid.
So simple.
And I said, I think I was happier as a kid than my kids are now.
It's
You know,
because
it's just
you didn't want for as
nothing.
much, I don't think.
Well, you didn't see it every second
That's
on your
exactly
phone.
right.
How come they've got an airplane, Mom, and we don't? Or
Uh-huh.
how come this or that? And I think you're constantly wanting. And back then, you just lived,
Yeah, and you were told no
and you were told no.
as far as that goes.
And you were a kid. You know,
Correct.
It's easier to be
But
happy when you're a kid.
It is, but even our kids today, they're not. Your kid's not happy.
No, oh,
He's got 9,000 toys and he can't pick one.
He's miserable.
He runs around, what toy, Dad?
Do you think there are times where they'll say, look back and tell me when you were at your happiest? And one of the things that I'll pull out is I had no job.
Yeah, well, great.
I remember I went to the bread co. because I had a gift card for $5, and I got I sucked all the soup out of the bread bowl, and then I ate the bread bowl just because I was starving. But it was one of the best days of my life.
When I was 16, me and my best friend, we lived in North County, right? We would drive down to Manchester at Weedman. My uncle managed the apartment complex, so we could swim for free back then. We had no gas. We barely have enough gas just to get down there and then figure out how to get back. And those were the best times.
Yes.
It was
scrapping and scraping.
It was so fun. Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if I called my mom, she would have given me, $10 to get another bread bowl. But it's just kind of fun and charming, right?
I wish my kids could have grown up the way we did. We had fun every day.
Well, I think you were outside all the time. We didn't have to worry about
problems.
Yeah, it seemed that way.
Seem like it.
But we didn't also see them every
we didn't
day
see them
popping
up on
and,
our phones.
Even the problem across town,
Correct,
you didn't know about. And now we know it if it's across the world.
Communication travels too fast.
Yeah.
And some of it we don't need to know. Do we?
Yeah, I mean,
every single second of everything.
And you look up at the TV, it'll say breaking news.
And everything.
You're like, it's not breaking news.
And you don't know on these TikTok if it's real videos. That's why I'm getting confused.
All of it is very
because
confusing.
I'm a novice on that,
The only breaking news is, are the aliens coming or are the missiles coming?
Or did I win the lottery?
Or did I win the lottery?
Yeah.
Or are the monkeys still roaming around and we need to worry about them? Somebody said we lived in a one-bathroom house with 10 people. If the boys had to go to the bathroom and the girls are in the bathroom, the boys went off the back porch.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes it's
I
easier.
remember my cousins lived with us. I was at the Christmas party. I don't think you heard this, Josh, but I was telling somebody, my cousins live with me, boy and a girl. She was my age and my other cousin was a year older. We all took baths together. 3 in a bathtub, right? So it was.
You just get it done.
And I wound up, her husband was there at the Christmas party. I said, Larry, I said, Dee and I took baths when we were kids and we haven't done it in about 3 years. He's like, oh my God. But back then.
I missed those days.
Yeah. In fact, after the party. But it was just like, it didn't matter. They throw you in a tub and you just do what you do and get out. I mean, it wasn't an issue.
And now somebody takes a picture and posts it and
you're
in
done.
trouble.
You're in jail.
Yeah.
Can I ask you about Chinese cars?
You can. I don't know much about them.
You don't know anything. The story that I had says that Volvo and Polestar, which is their
Polestar,
EV
that's it,
version, they're owned by Geely Group, which is a Chinese thing. I don't know when they bought Volvo out, but you see a Volvo driving around, that's a Chinese car now.
Mercedes and Daimler Chrysler back in the day, some of these deals merged for the reasons of they can get in the country or they can get better parts or whatever the thing is. And the Mercedes and Chrysler, they defunct. That didn't last long at all.
Oh, so the Daimler Chrysler...
That was a Mercedes deal.
That was but now Daimler's back.
They're all back on their own. That happened,
when
I was at Mercedes for a long time. And the Mercedes guys didn't want it. The Chrysler wanted to elevate their brand, but it didn't work out.
Yeah.
It did not work out at all. It's a bad marriage. Now, Plaza Motors just sold. Another iconic car dealership in St. Louis.
Really?
The Capps family owned that for years.
To like a BlackRock investment group or something?
They sold it to... Cap sold to Asbury, which is then Asbury, a public company, just sold it again. So,
really?
Just supposedly went down the last 48 hours. Yeah, so that's a big deal for St. Louis.
That is. It's been around for a long time. And will it keep the name?
Yeah, I think so because it's been here so long, and it really is. It's a great name.
Yeah.
And so, they were talking the amount of money that was astronomical for that because they've got the hottest franchises, on the planet right there.
Do you remember those commercials where they were like Plaza Motors?
The luxury center of the universe?
Yeah, we're number one in Mercedes and this and that. And then in BMW, we're number 2.
Oh, yeah, the guy
and they showed the BMW guy.
Yeah, it was Jerry Hitt who did that. Yeah, it was great. Yeah,
he's like, hi, sorry.
Yeah. That's pretty funny.
That was good.
Somebody said North County in the 70s was great. Going to hear great concerts, cheap beer. Yeah, and then they also say maybe the other thing that is legal now. But wasn't back then. It's 4:30.
Nip it in the bud.
Yeah, we've got to get somebody on the line, 314-931-5877. But we also have to check in with Captain Paul. I'm betting the roads are better now than they're going to be tomorrow this time.
We do have some good news, Heidi. They finally cleared an accident on 70 West at Branch that tied up the highway for nearly 3 hours. 44 East is congested from Kings Highway to Vandeventer with the 2 right lanes closed for road work. 55 South south is running slow from south of Arsenal to 4500 South Broadway, and 64 west is busy from Kings Highway to Hampton and from 364 to the 6470 interchange. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
Farmers and ranchers, when it's time to buy or sell ag equipment, think Purple Wave Auction. We're your go-to online marketplace for tractors, combines, sprayers, and more. With our no reserve policy, every item sells to the highest bidder. Experience the Purple Wave difference. Nationwide reach with a local touch. Purple Wave Auction. Whether you're expanding your operation or streamlining your fleet, we've got you covered. Visit purplewave.com today. Fuel your farm with Purple Wave Auction.
The holidays are over, time to relax and get back to the daily routine. January is a great time to enjoy the casual, comfortable atmosphere at Gingham's Restaurant in St. Charles. Gingham's was voted the #1 breakfast by the St. Louis Post-Dispatch, but we offer so much more. Great daily specials throughout the week, some of the best pies you've ever tasted, and our soups can't be beat. Anything you want, anytime you want, 24 hours a day, and some of the best service anywhere. Visit us at ginghamsrestaurant.com. Stay warm.
Hey, Josh Gilbert here to tell you about my friend Mike Ruffino at Ruffino's Painting. They are the premier home and commercial painter in the St. Louis area.
Thanks, Josh. We do it all, from painting your home office, kitchen, bedroom, and even your kitchen cabinets. Call us today to book your free estimates now for deck staining. That will be here before you know it.
How can people get in touch with you, Mike?
They can give us a call at 636-655-0820 or visit us online at ruffinospainting.com.
Give Ruffino's Painting a call. They are a cut above the rest.
You know, over the years, Lordo's has become part of the family for many, many St. Louis families. For 80 years, they've been helping St. Louis families with all of the jewelry needs, whether it's the diamond ring, a diamond ring, maybe something for St. Patrick's Day, something for an anniversary, Valentine's Day. Throughout the years and throughout the calendar, it's Lordo's as your go-to. Whether it's men or women, you want to repurpose something or buy something new, Lordo's Diamonds in the heart of Ladue on Clayton Road. You see, it's a family business. The family's been running it for years, and they learned it from their father, who learned it from their father. And so that family jeweler, it's where generations of St. Louisans go. Grandparents have gone there. Your grandkids will go there. Right there in Ladue on Clayton Road, across the street from a Norman Rockwell-esque firehouse, is Lordo's Diamonds. Go in, make a friend, and make them your family jeweler, because you can thank me later. 314-432-8008 or online, lordosdiamonds.com.
Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Dan Lang. Join me every Sunday afternoon from 2 to 3 on the Big 550 for Animal Talk, where I talk about everything regarding dogs, cats, and other domestic animals. Topics include nutrition, training, medical checkups, special guests show up now and then, and of course, I'll answer your questions. So join me every Sunday afternoon from 2 to 3 for Animal Talk on the Big 550 KTRS, the Animal Talk of St. Louis.
We sell siding, windows, doors, and decking by the truckload. My name is Julius Krasanik, celebrating 53 years in this business. Our company is Wholesale Siding Depot, and our seasoned customer service group has over 200 years of combined siding, window, door, and decking knowledge. My grandson Elijah says,
"Are you kidding me?"
The brands that we sell are durable, maintenance-free, and energy-saving. Featuring Anderson, CertainTeed, Viwinco, Provia, Masonite, TimberTech, and others, offering the best selection of styles and colors available in this industry. And better yet, our prices are wholesale every day. Last, our Peace of Mind initiative also includes a free contractor referral service to take care of your installation concerns or needs. You are just one click away from keeping it local, family, and professional. Please visit WSDepot.com. That's WSDepot.com.
Well, St. Louis has so many connections to great artists, and some grew up here, some called it home for just a few years, but that's the music we're going to play today. We've been making it pretty easy, and we're going to stick with that. We have who on the phone, Josh?
Bob. Oh. Bob? I got Darren's memory.
Apparently, what's going on in this studio?
Yeah.
Bob, how are you?
I'm fine. Sounding good today. How's everybody?
Oh, we are fantastic, and
Great.
thank you very much. Bob, Darren always has a question for our listeners.
Hey, Bob, what's your IQ first?
Oh, yeah.
Fair to middling, I guess.
Better than me. Where'd you grow up at?
Basically, I grew up childhood University City, teenage years in Creve Coeur.
All right. I mean, you're not getting any money off the
And if you would
bat.
have said you grew up in New City and then you went to North County, I would say, did
Yeah.
your mom or dad lose their job? And why did you wind up there, right, Josh?
Yeah.
We
Hey,
kinda-
my dad grew up in New City, and then he moved to Frostwood, and then Berkeley, and all that stuff.
Bad things happen to good people.
It was great.
I agree. I grew up there, too.
Hey, I said the other day, we were talking about South County Mall because
You guys know Bob is on the line.
Yeah. Oh, he's fine.
Bob's getting paid.
Yeah, yeah. He'll wait around for money because they're going to turn South County Mall into a hockey rink for the youth sports and all that. And I said, I'm from North County. I don't even know where South County Mall is.
We didn't know.
No.
We need to think about dating somebody from there. It was like out of the country. They speak a different language.
Meet me in South County. Where?
Yeah. I don't have enough gas, first of all.
That is kind of
It's
funny.
way down there.
Speaking of gas, if you need a good gas station, try On the Run.
Oh,
Just my
it is-
personal preference.
It is good. Let's go back to Bob for a second, shall we?
Please.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Bob, sorry about that. So, Bob,
Still here.
we're going to play you a song from somebody that grew up or has St. Louis ties, okay? You are going to get what? Should we do?
How much?
I mean,
Here she goes.
I
She
feel like
hasn't
it's.
been here in a minute. She
Here we
wants to
go.
give
I
you
know.
money away.
I mean-
I know what she's doing.
I think $100 a song.
Thank you for the sweatshirt. by
You're
the way.
welcome.
Heidi bought me an Atari sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got you. So we got together and we said, "What are we going to get Darren?"
Oh, are you in this too?
And then
no.
and then she just went out and got you
Here,
something.
sign the card. All right, Bob, $100 a song.
Okay,
Don't screw
I like
this
that.
up.
I like
Yep.
that. Okay, so here's your first song. You tell me who's singing it.
Jesus, how easy is this, Bob?
I know.
Right?
They're back, aren't they?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Keep playing it, Connor. Bob's working it over in his head.
Bob's dancing.
Yeah.
Is this the clean version?
He has
No, it's not.
four #1 songs, 14 top 10s. I didn't realize he had that many top 10s. Bob, can you name that artist?
I can't hear. I couldn't hear it again.
Okay, we'll play a little bit more
He's
of
from
it.
U City, your old
That's
stomping
right.
ground.
That's
He's opening
true.
a bowling alley here in St. Louis, North County.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That sounds like Nelly.
It
Yeah.
is,
All right.
Nelly. There you
Okay.
go. You got $100 right
Up
there.
on Halls Ferry, Josh.
He's gonna
Nelly's
open up-
opened a
Oh,
bowling
yeah,
alley there.
Olympia
No.
lanes.
No.
No,
Where's that
Olympic
at?
lanes.
No, it's in that little bitty strip mall. It's
Yeah,
in the
it was-
basement.
It was by the Long John Silver's.
You might
and the
be
Steak
right.
and Shake.
You might be right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm right.
He is right.
That's my part of North County.
All right. Well, let's see if Bob can get another $100 here with this next song.
Lord.
Uh-huh. Oh, you know that one?
Yes, I believe he was the first honoree in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Mr. Chuck Berry.
You got it. Often considered the founding father of rock and roll.
Let me ask you a question. Was he famous? I know he was. Okay, Connor, don't. I know he was famous,
Yeah.
but why was he never put up even? I mean,
I
seemed
think
like
it was
he was
a-
like a B player all the time when he really.
I mean,
I
he was
think
in
he wasn't
jail
a-
for
well, yeah,
a number of
but a lot
years.
of them are.
Yeah.
That's kind of the mystique of it all. Jail and drugs.
I think it's one of those things that we look back on what he did a
Yeah.
little more fond
Than
than
when he
we
did it?
did when he was actually
Because he
doing
never
it.
was a big star on a big stage, was he? Like sold out concerts. He was kind of like the wingman or something.
I
it
mean,
seemed like.
he was big before people got big.
Maybe
though.
that's
yeah,
it. Okay.
and I
No.
would say that is more
Maybe
it.
that's it.
By
Okay.
the time the 70s rolled around,
Yeah, yeah.
well, we do this on randoms all the time. My Ding-a-Ling was his only #1 song,
Yeah.
and that was a joke song, and that was 1970.
Yeah,
and,
that's
and
true.
Then
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
70s, 80s, he was kind of
But
on the
today, if
background.
he was starting, he'd be.
Oh,
I mean,
it'd be crazy.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, and we look back at all of it. Okay, we've got one more, and Bob has already got $200. Are you ready, Bob?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I do think this one throws people off a little
Ooh.
bit, but here you go.
Who is it?
Legend has it she recorded this song in just 3 takes.
Wow.
Don't be Googling it.
Well, I'm not playing the game.
No, you can work through it. Bob, do you know who's singing this song?
I can't. I'm not Googling it. Is that Aretha Franklin?
That's why I was
That's
saying
what I
it
would
was
have said.
confusing. But
Yeah,
Aretha
I thought
is
she was Motown or
not
Memphis.
from St. Louis. This woman from St. Louis, I believe. I know she was born here, and
Is she famous?
She had this song, and she had
No.
several other songs throughout. She passed away here, so she lived here for a very long time.
Household name?
I mean, it's been turned into several different iterations. I think it was a Pledge commercial for a long time. I will tell you this: you can also fish for this.
Carp.
Nope.
Trout. Roberta
Nope.
Trout.
No.
Roberta Trout, that's her. Hot, too. Oh, she's hot. Doesn't smell good, but she's hot.
You've named a couple of fish, but if you keep going.
Well, I'm just being honest. I'm trying to think of who it could be.
Yeah. Bob, any
I'm trying to.
If any one of us get it, can
Yes.
does Bob
You're
get
Googling it, Josh.
No.
A
Who was
texter got it.
A
Do you want to
texter
give?
did
Do you
say
want to
it.
give him
There you
credit
go.
for the
Yes.
texter?
Who was the gal that was in the Fifth Dimension?
No.
And they were
No.
What's the initials? Is there anything we could know by
FB?
FB. Fontella Bass.
Yeah!
Josh! You cheated! Look
He's
at
looking
it.
it
You are
up.
a cheater.
He's looking it up.
Raised by two teachers. Raised by two teachers. You are fraud.
I swear to God.
Yeah, that too.
Connor's
I can't
cheating.
believe that. Now you're religious.
Yeah.
right.
Wow.
Good luck.
All right.
Well,
But
Connor
hey,
can back me up.
But,
Yeah,
but
right.
Bob is winning that extra 100. So
Holy
Bob
cow!
has
Your parents got to be so.
$300 is what you're getting, Bob.
They raised you in this great home.
Hey, Bob, thank you so much for listening, and
Yes.
thanks for calling in and playing. Hang
Stay
on the
on
line
hold.
for a second, and Josh will tell you what to do next.
Dad was a principal. No,
No, my mom was a principal.
And your dad was a teacher, and you cheat.
No, I didn't cheat. Look, I was thinking it was Marilyn McCoo.
Marilyn
Oh,
McCoo,
that would
yeah.
have been a good one. Yeah.
She was so sweet. She did have other songs. That was her one
Yeah, I've
big
never heard of her.
hit. But she was here and she's so gracious all the time, out playing around town. But great voice. I think her
That's a good
mom
voice. Yeah.
was a singer too, and she traveled with as a kid even singing. So kind of cool. What's going on? We haven't even talked about the burger joints.
You know, things are good. It's it's a weird time, January, February. Just people kind of clam up a little bit,
Yeah.
but we've been steady. Really everywhere. I mean, Owensville probably is our slowest location because it's off beaten path.
A little bit, yeah.
But I'll tell you, Cuba. What a sleeping giant that was. Who would have thought?
Well, it's such a cute building.
It's the best. And Wallace family owns that building. That was one of their first gas stations, and they have just kept it absolutely perfect. I mean, she repainted it. We redid the lot. We're putting lights up.
So that's when you rent from.
I do, yeah. She
Yeah.
won't sell it for. I offered her $30 million, and she said no. So she must be doing okay. No,
Yeah.
but it's sentimental. I think more than anything, it's just sentimental. Her and her husband. That was the start of what they've created. So I think for her and the family, that would never be sold.
Yeah.
So which I can appreciate that, and it's a good story when we tell people. People come by there. There was a guy there the other day I was in there, and he used to work there when he was a kid.
Oh,
and he came
so
in and said-
many people have a
so
connection
it's
to it.
So cool, and the colors and all that. But that store, it doesn't do as much as Sullivan, which none of the numbers matter, but it's not far off.
Really?
It's that good. And then we'll have a patio this summer.
I can't wait for
And
that
that's
patio.
going to be good. And we may even do some sipping and singing out there on Saturday night. So, yeah, my brother and I have come together, and I think that's going to happen.
All right.
Yeah, so
I'm looking forward
yeah, so
to
that'll be
that.
fun because you'll be
Now,
out there.
Absolutely.
Yep.
If it does snow like they say it might,
Yes.
do you close down the restaurants?
We don't close down.
At
we
all?
do not close down. I mean, if
Okay.
it gets to the point where you can't get in, but we stay open and we stay. People come and eat if they
Yeah.
can get out, or DoorDash and things. So we do not. I do not
you
want to
guys
close.
DoorDash your,
Oh, everywhere. Yeah. When we started,
Really?
we started deliveries in Steelville. It was like electricity for these people. They never heard of delivery.
Yeah.
because they weren't used to it. It's like, oh my God.
Nobody does it.
Nobody does it. And we started way out there in the country, delivering in the country roads, far out.
Is it Uber Eats or is it DoorDash?
We did it ourselves.
Oh, you did.
We used to always do it.
Like I call the store.
And we had a guy
and
there
say,
for delivery.
Stop it.
Oh, that is brilliant.
We did that until DoorDash come around. Now they're all around, so we use them.
Fries don't really travel that well.
They don't, but if you're out in the country, you got nothing else.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
we're delivering out to my address, Rural Route 2, Box 4. You got to go find it.
Oh, that's tough.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I delivering pizzas in Colombia.
But
you'd go
we
way
hired a
out.
bounty hunter, so he knows both. So he can go either way. He can either pick you up or bring you food.
Yeah. Here's your burger and get in the car.
That's exactly right. Last supper, buddy.
Gosh. Well, look, if you're looking for a job,
That's
if
right.
you're looking for a car, if you're wanting to
wanting a
redo
burger?
a loan,
Yeah.
Big D's personal cell 314-586-1333. Big D, we love you.
Love you. See you guys.
For all of your travel needs, you go to the best travel agency in the world. Granted, I'm a little biased. Altair Travel and Cruises. They'll take you wherever you want to go in style. They'll handle all the details. You handle all the fun. Don't go to the Googles. Don't make that mistake. It all starts at Altair Travel and Cruises on Brentwood Boulevard, 314-968-9600. Anywhere you want to go, let Altair Travel take you. AltairTravel.com.
The Missouri Valley Conference men's basketball tournament has been the showcase for buzzer beaters, madness, and championship glory. With nearly 5 decades of heart-racing excitement, it begins here at Enterprise Center. The 2026 State Farm MVC Tournament, presented by Credit Union 1, Great Southern Bank, and SSM Health, tips off on March 5th through 8th. Celebrate 50 years of the Valley's postseason championship. Get your tickets now at archmadness.com.
Stay connected with the Big 550 KTRS, streaming 24/7 online at KTRS.com or on the KTRS app. Powered by JBL Financial. Stream Straight Talk on Retirement every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Fielder Electric Services has been meeting the needs of residents and businesses in the St. Louis area since 1987. As a family and Christian-run business, Fielder Electric believes in treating the customers the right way. Fielder Electric provides service to residential, industrial, or commercial businesses. Under the directive of a licensed master electrician, all work is completed by our professional electricians. Get a free quote from them today. Visit them online at fielderelectricservices.com or give them a call at 314-773-4955.
Got gold? Get green at Jewels on Hampton. Jewels on Hampton pays the most for your precious metals, jewelry, gems, currency, antiques, and collectibles. Jewels on Hampton buys precious and semi-precious gems and stones, scrap gold, and sterling silver. Jewels on Hampton buys and sells paper money, wristwatches, and pocket watches. They even take pianos and cars. To sum up, bring your gold chains, bracelets, rings, coins, dental gold, and more to Jewels on Hampton, 4506 Hampton Avenue in St. Louis. And get green online at jewelsonhampton.com.
Hey, St. Louis, Eddie McVeigh here from Maggie O'Brien's, reminding everyone that I'm looking forward to seeing you at one of our 2 locations. Whether it be for lunch, happy hour, dinner, or late night, Maggie's is the place to be. Don't forget to catch our shuttle to all the major events downtown. And if you need a banquet room, small or large, for that special occasion, please give us a call at Maggie O'Brien's. Maggie O'Brien's 2 locations on South Lindbergh and Sunset Hills and downtown at the corner of Market and 20th Street. Union Station is next to us.
St. Louis Auto Show returns January 22nd through the 25th at the America's Center. Bring the whole family and explore hundreds of new vehicles from the world's biggest automotive brands. Then, get up close and personal with the coolest, most expensive rides ever created at the $1 Million Mile. There's even something for the kids with our Mid-America Chevy dealers' sponsored Kids Zone. Get your tickets today at stlautoshow.com. Kids 12 and under get in free. That's stlautoshow.com.
I'm Jeff Zufall, Senior Tax Strategist and Wealth Advisor with Capital Advisory Group. Now, more than ever, having a tax strategy to protect and grow your wealth is an absolute must. Every Saturday, Josh Gilbert and I will discuss how you can keep what's yours, because the most important part of your wealth plan is your tax plan. That's Keep What's Yours this Saturday afternoon.
Capital Advisory Group presents Keep What's Yours with Jeff Zufall and Josh Gilbert this Saturday afternoon at 3 on the Big 550 KTRS.
9 minutes before 5 o'clock. Time to check back in with Captain Paul. How's roads?
Heidi, no accidents, just some slow traffic. 44 East is congested from east of Hampton to Vandeventer, with the 2 right lanes closed at Vandeventer for road work. 44 West is heavy from Grand to Vandeventer. 55 South running slow from south of Arsenal to 4500 South Broadway. 64 East bogs down around 170, and 64 West is busy from Boyle to Hampton. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
Well, amid the immigration enforcement debate, Border Patrol gets approval for a camera system looking at the California coast. Alex Stone, ABC News correspondent in L.A., joins us with more on this story. I can't imagine that everybody is happy about this.
No, not everybody is, but there's so much anti-ICE and anti-Border Patrol talk these days, and communities trying to ban agents from their communities and not letting them stay in hotels and threatening them with arrest for what they do in the communities. This is kind of the other side of it. That you've got San Clemente, which is a town in Orange County between L.A. and San Diego. Orange County and San Diego are primarily pretty conservative. And this week, the city council approved the Border Patrol, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, to go ahead and install this high-tech camera system up on a hill next to a water tower that looks over the beach and then can look into the city for anybody trying to come in illegally via boat. And the mayor says, why not?
It's a serious public safety issue, not only for the community, but for the people that are being smuggled ashore.
So the thing is, San Clemente is where a lot of the panga boats come in, these long, skinny fishing boats that are popular in Mexico with an outboard motor on the back, and they're used to smuggle in mainly humans, but drugs as well. And a lot of them come on shore in Southern California, and quite a few of them in San Clemente, and they come up on the beach, and then those on board run and scatter into the community, and then there are vehicles typically waiting for them in the community or up on the freeway. And it happens once a month, several times a month. So the mayor says that he feels that they need these cameras.
We've had 18 panga landings on our beaches in the last year or so. Over half of all the Mexican panga landings in Los Angeles and Orange County have happened right here in San Clemente.
He says the cameras are so high-tech, they can actually zoom in on Catalina Island, which is about 30 miles offshore, on a clear day and see somebody smiling. He says that they can get way in close. And so at a city council meeting this week, there were many who showed up saying they don't want these high-powered cameras in their community being law enforcement cameras.
This proposal is the definition of a Big Brother system.
And another woman saying,
please do not approve of police state surveillance in our Spanish village by the sea.
It was a 3-1 vote approving it, with one member abstaining. But the one who voted against it was a councilman named Mark Enmeyer. And he says he feels like they do need to do something. And he feels like that they need cameras, but he wants them on the bluffs or on the San Clemente Pier, not one overlooking the town where it can zoom in on U.S. citizens doing things and record them doing it. He doesn't like that.
What we're told is that if there is a smuggling event and people come into our city, that then they can turn on the cameras to look into our city. But we are just told to trust them. I'm all for trust, but with verification.
It's a 5-year lease term for CBP, and the city says it can be renewed up to 3 times over a 20-year period. The math on that doesn't really add up, but it generally could be there for 20 years. And CBP says it'll be a $10 fee. That's what they're going to pay for the land, and they will cover the cost of running it. They are going to begin installing it by the end of this week. It could be installed pretty quickly. It's kind of a mobile tower with cameras on the top, and they want to do one more, likely on the pier looking out toward the ocean to try to get more warning when a boat is coming in. But this is a community that is saying, all right, while other communities are fighting with the CBP, that they're saying that U.S. Customs and Border Protection, that they're welcoming in their cameras.
Got it. So this is definitely moving forward, even though there's a little bit of debate. It's happening.
Yeah, probably today, but by the end of the week, it'll be going in.
Do you think that the Border Patrol name being attached to this project is drawing a lot of skepticism?
Well, no doubt. If it were ICE or CBP or the Department of Homeland Security, right now with everything going on, that any connection to those agencies, that you're going to get those who say, no way, and that they don't want it right now. But the Border Patrol is very present in these communities because these boats do come in quite a bit. There are signs on the freeway nearby on Interstate 5 warning of migrants running across the probably about 10-lane freeway. It's about 5 lanes in each direction right there. So people are darting in and out of traffic at times. And there's a huge Border Patrol checkpoint right there where they can shut down the freeway. And they've got tons of Border Patrol vehicles, and they've got arms that they can put across the freeway to shut it down. And they can begin inspecting vehicles going through on the freeway. So all of that is right there. And so the people of San Clemente, they work around that, they live around that, and so that may lead to them being a little bit more welcoming.
And I would question how many cameras are already in and around the city that nobody's really objected to in the past as well. So, Alex Stone, thank you so much for joining us. Have a great weekend if we don't talk to you tomorrow.
We don't get to talk tomorrow?
Well,
yeah, I was going to say.
Just in case.
You're cutting me off. This is going to be it.
It's Thursday. We got, have you seen the ice and snow that's coming our way?
That's true. You guys got a big storm.
Yeah. We got a busy day tomorrow, Alex. Just don't have time for it.
We'll try to make time for you, Alex. Thank you.
You guys are the best. Have a great weekend.
Thanks. I want to make time for Ruffino Paints. And we mentioned earlier on the text line, Mike the Painter texted in. That is Mike Ruffino. He painted the offices here at the Big 550, and he could paint your house too. Offices, kitchens, bedrooms, kitchen cabinets, they even do that as well. And here's the big push, maybe after the snow comes, but spring is around the corner. And have you ever tried to stain your deck? Or have you tried to stain anything? It is a nightmare, and tell me how hard it is if you stain something and you go, you know what, I actually don't really like that color. Or that turned out to be a lot more honey brown than dark brown. Then you got to strip the whole thing. And we used a roller, and it got all spongy. Mike does all the deck staining by hand with a brush. I can't believe it. They do it the old-fashioned way, and they can do it for you, too. Spring is coming up. They are pushing the deck stainings, and you can get a free estimate now. 636-655-0820, or visit them online at raffinospainting.com.
File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction or your money back. File in the Credit Karma app.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us, too, in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Snowmageddon.
Chief Meteorologist Steve Templeton with a First Alert update on what's happening.
Snow apocalypse.
Hi, everybody. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Matt Chambers talking.
Winter wonder hell.
Hey, everybody. It's Kent Earhart with a look at the forecast. It's going to be a pretty...
Disaster.
Hey, everybody. I'm full-on meteorologist Kristen Cornett. Want to bring you up to date on the forecast.
Snowzilla. Winter calamity.
I'm meteorologist Leah Hill with your First Alert forecast.
Whatever you call it, the First Alert 4 weather team has you covered. KTRS and the award-winning First Alert 4 weather team is here to keep you informed when inclement weather hits St. Louis. The Big 550, KTRS. Depend on it.
Mom, what do you always say? There's nothing sadder than jewelry that sits in a drawer. That's why we are proud to offer jewelry repair on site at Newsetter's Fine Jewelry. We know that your jewelry is important to you, and we take that part of our job very seriously. Visit us at Doherty Ferry in Big Bend or learn more at wowdiamonds.com.
If it's soccer in St. Louis, it's talked about on the soccer voice in St. Louis.
The Big 550
KTRS.
St. Louis.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. States from Texas to New England bracing for a massive winter storm. ABC News meteorologist Melissa Griffin says an Arctic blast clashing with Gulf moisture will create an ice and snow event that could set records.
We have more than 160 million Americans already under alert with what looks like could be a potentially crippling storm for so many from the deep south all the way to the northeast. That's the winter storm warning. That's because that's going to start tomorrow into Saturday. And those winter storm watches now extend all the way into the northeast, where we're going to get the brunt of it here in the northeast on Sunday.
In Texas, the governor says the state's power grid has been upgraded after it failed 5 years ago in a storm. Richard Solomon with ABC affiliate WFAA says residents are still stocking up at a grocery store in North Richland Hills near Dallas-Fort Worth.
At this Kroger, a lot of the hot items are flying off the shelves. Things like milk, bread, eggs, lunch meat. Think of those items that can keep you safe during a winter blast.
On Capitol Hill today, former special counsel Jack Smith testified about criminal investigations into Donald Trump, pushing back on Republicans who accused him of making political charged motivations. ABC's Jay O'Brien has more.
Jack Smith saying that he stands by his prosecutions of Donald Trump, saying that he believes that if those cases were to have made it to a courtroom, both were dismissed because Trump won re-election. But if they had gone to court, then Jack Smith believes he would have secured a conviction. He called President Trump the person, quote, most responsible for the January 6th Capitol attack, talking about his actions not just then, but leading up to January 6th and his attempts to overturn the results of the 2020 election.
Vice President J.D. Vance on the ground in Minneapolis today, visiting with federal authorities. He called for local and state leaders to work when it comes to immigration operations. He says the public can protest but not interfere with ICE agents. It comes amid new questions about the legality of ICE agents forcefully entering homes. You're listening to ABC News.
Are you living with dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy, or GA, a condition that leads to retinal cell death and permanent vision loss. But with Izervay, you can
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay slows GA progression by targeting a key source of retinal cell death, which may help preserve your vision longer. Izervay, or Avastin Capted Pagel, is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
37 degrees at 5:03 with KTRS News. I'm Steve Potter. Missouri lawmakers today formally reprimanded a House member who sent a sexually vulgar text message to a colleague while protesting a congressional redistricting plan backed by President Donald Trump. Democrat State Representative Jeremy Dean of Springfield was barred from serving on House committees, ordered to stay at least 50 feet away from the lawmaker that he targeted, and to undergo additional sexual harassment training. Dean acknowledged that the text message was inappropriate and unprofessional and wrote a letter apologizing. With the potential for winter weather and cold temperatures this weekend in the greater St. Louis area, the American Red Cross of Greater St. Louis is urging everyone to take action to protect themselves and their families. This includes being careful when using space heaters and fireplaces. We have more in the story from Jill Enders.
This has the city of St. Louis stepping up efforts in preparation for the frigid temperatures and snow. 1,000 shelter beds will be available throughout the city. Those in need of a shelter should call the United Way at 211. Pets will also be accepted at some of those shelters. Meanwhile, city street crews have already started pre-treating roadways.
The push to allow driverless taxis to operate in Missouri has cleared its first legal hurdle.
Waymo announced last November that St. Louis would be receiving their driverless taxi service. This week, the Missouri House Emerging Issues Committee voted 7-4 to advance a bill allowing the driverless taxis. All three representatives from St. Louis spoke in support of the legislation, saying the city is already partnering with Waymo to map St. Louis roads and test the driverless taxis with a human sitting behind the wheel, just in case. All three representatives from Kansas City voted against the bill, saying the legislation would prevent local governments from banning self-driving cars in their cities and eliminate jobs. Up next, to bring the service to St. Louis, a plan must be submitted to the Department of Public Safety detailing what should be done if the driverless taxi is involved in an accident. Sobe Bay, KTRS News.
And a new book just out is designed to introduce young readers to unusual Missouri wildlife. Amazing Missouri Animals is described as a field guide for animal lovers. The Reedy Press book is authored by Carolyn Mueller-Kelly, who has worked for 20 years with the St. Louis Zoo and has written several books about St. Louis and the state. This KTRS Business Minute is brought to you by Walter Knoll Florist, the place for all your floral needs. Place your order anytime at WKF.com. A new state audit shows the Missouri Lottery spent more money on advertising while lottery funding for schools dropped. The audit found that lottery funding for schools fell by more than $35 million, while advertising spending rose by $5 million during the fiscal year of 2024. Now the markets, brought to you by JBL Financial. Tune in to Straight Talk on Retirement Saturday mornings from 9 to 11. At close, the Dow up 306 points at 49,384, NASDAQ up 211 at 23,436, and the S&P 500 up 37 at 6,913. Now for sports and traffic, we throw it to Paul.
Steve, our Mizzou insider Eli Hoff reports in the Post-Dispatch that the university was operating with a budget deficit of $9.1 million in 2025. The deficit is actually down from $15.2 million in 2024. And former Cardinals catcher Yadier Molina is returning to the club. Molina will hold the title of Special Assistant to the President of Baseball Operations, Chaim Bloom. I'm Paul Kopsky from the Royal Banks of Missouri Sports Desk, and now on to traffic. 44 East is jammed from east of Hampton to Vandeventer with the two right lanes closed at Vandeventer for road work. 44 West is heavy from Grand to near Hampton. 55 South is running slow from south of Arsenal to 4500 South Broadway. 64 East bogs down approaching 170 but thins out at Big Bend. And 64 West is busy from Boyle to Hampton. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
Our forecast calls for an overnight low around 9 degrees. Tomorrow's high 14 and a winter storm watch begins. We have a 90% chance for snow on Saturday, a high near 13. A 70% chance for more snow on Sunday with a high around 16 degrees. The total snow accumulation over the weekend estimated to be at least 4 to 6 inches. Right now at 5:07, we have partly cloudy skies, 37 degrees at the Gold Tower at Westport. Steve Potter, KTRS News, the talk of St. Louis.
There is a reason we are called the Big 550.
Reason number one,
the voices you know.
Hi, everybody. McGraw Milhaven here.
Hi, this is Frank Cusimano.
Hey, it's Jill Farmer.
Reason two,
the voices you trust.
I'm Jack Carney. Thank you for listening.
It's Julie Buck here.
Reason three,
the voices you've learned to love and the personalities you grew up with.
Hey, it's Heidi.
Hey, everybody. It's Josh. Hi, everybody. It's Bob Ramsey.
And not to mention, but we will,
locally owned and nationally and worldwide known. We are St. Louis's hometown station, the Big 550 KTRS, the talk of St. Louis.
Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Dan Lang. Join me every Sunday afternoon from 2 to 3 on the Big 550 for Animal Talk, where I talk about everything regarding dogs, cats, and other domestic animals. Topics include nutrition, training, medical checkups, special guests show up now and then, and of course, I'll answer your questions. So join me every Sunday afternoon from 2 to 3 for Animal Talk on the Big 550 KTRS, the Animal Talk of St. Louis.
You're listening to the Heidi Glaus Show with Josh Gilbert and Bob Ramsey on the Big 550 KTRS.
We are under a winter storm warning, but what exactly can we expect? First Alert 4 meteorologist Kent Earhart joins us with the forecast. Kent, are you thinking ice or snow or a mixture?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes. All of that.
Okay.
And
Care to
more.
elaborate,
Yeah.
Kent?
There could be a little bit of ice, but I think this is mostly a snow event. And for the most part, a light, fluffy snow, too, because it's just so cold, which is one of the challenges in forecasting a storm like this is, you know, you look at these models and they show snowfall initiating at a particular time. But when you know how dry it is, first of all, you wonder, you know, if the parameters come together correctly to begin with, the moisture and the cold air. But then you also wonder how much of that snow doesn't make it to the ground and dries up, and how long it takes until you do start getting accumulating snow. And then that's when you start, counting the accumulation. But that's just one of the many challenges. This is actually really two systems that are kind of coming together, one from the northwest in western Canada and one that's just now over the southwest corner of the United States, and they both come together over us, but they don't exactly do so in sync. So we get a couple of waves. I think we'll get like scattered light snow on Saturday during the day.
Okay.
And then when the second system rolls to our south on Saturday night, that's when things really start ramping up. And most of the accumulation will probably occur beginning Saturday evening into early Sunday morning.
And, I think a lot of us know what a tornado warning or watch is, but when we say winter storm warning, what does that entail?
Well, it's along the same lines when you say watch and warning. When we say watch, we think that, these winter-like conditions and the criteria are met. The possibility is that you will have those kinds of conditions, and then as you get closer, it becomes a warning when it's clearly going to happen and when it begins happening. And that's where we are now. It's getting pretty obvious that this is going to happen. Exactly how it ends up happening remains to be seen. We won't know until we go back in postmortem and look at what happened. But you're talking about snow criteria, temperature criteria, because there's also some strong winds associated with this, which is going to drift snow, but it's also going to add to the wind chill. And this is without question a two-pronged storm in that, and it's two storms too, in that you're going to get the snow, but the cold temperature, I think, shares the headline with the snow, because this is going to be really, really cold. And we could see temperatures drop down to zero. We will see wind chills below zero for extended periods of time. And, the cold really doesn't let go. Even as the snow shuts down during the day on Sunday and we move into Monday, it's still going to be extremely cold. And while there's a little bit of moderation in that cold, it basically lasts through next week, which takes us into the month of February. And I would have to say that the first week or two of February looks pretty cold. So this is going to be an extended period of starting off with extremely cold and then extending through a week or two of below normal temperatures.
All right. So if we do get all that snow, it'll be here for a while because it won't have a chance to melt. Let me ask you this, though, on everybody's mind. You get a big snowstorm on the weekend. What happens Monday morning? Are people going to be hitting the highways, or is everybody going to be working?
There's no question that there's going to be some school closings on Monday, especially in the rural areas, especially as you move south of St. Louis, because the higher snowfall totals are going to be farther south, with the focus being southeast Missouri down into Arkansas. That's where you're going to have some of the heaviest snow.
Wow.
And I think that, like you said, with all the, there's some of these schools have criteria regarding temperatures. So you're fighting two battles there because it's still going to be extremely cold on Monday. And while it does moderate a little bit after that, between the two, these school system supervisors or superintendents are going to have a challenge. They worry not only about getting kids to school, but of course they have to get them home as well. They also have to get the buses to the bus stop under those conditions so that the kids don't stand out in the cold too long. And if they can't assure that they can get within, a few minutes of their regular stop, then that puts the kids at risk, not to mention the icy sidewalks and all of those different things that come into play. I remember years ago, the St. Louis Municipal School System used to call me before a big storm, and they'd be in a board meeting, and we'd put me on speakerphone, and we'd talk about what the conditions were, and they would ask a lot of questions about, ancillary stuff that you don't normally think about, but that's a concern for them. And I do think that, especially as you get farther south where you run into more snow, the higher snowfall totals and, very hilly country, you're probably going to have multiple school closings on Monday, I would think.
Kent, how do you predict the snow accumulation to really nail it down to 2 or 3 inches?
Snowfall forecasting is, I think any meteorologist would agree with you that with me that it's the most difficult, because people really want to know. There's a pretty big difference between an inch of snow and 3 inches of snow
right.
in the impact that the storm will have. But there's very little difference in the parameters of a storm that produces 1 inch of snow as opposed to 3 inches. And there are so many things at work. The temperature of the ground going in, a lot of times before these storms hit, we had this extremely warm weather sometimes. And we had warmer weather. What was it? When yesterday was, 50 degrees, and today we're back down into the upper 30s, but a lot of the ponds are still frozen. The ground's pretty cold, but we've had them move in here after extended warm periods, and the ground's not that cold. And so the first half inch of snow that falls melts, which cuts into the total. So you look at how much snow the model produces.
That's a great point.
But how much of that is actually going to hold up? Well, in this one, every flake has got a chance, because it's going to be super cold by the time it starts snowing. But that cold air is also very dry air, and it changes the liquid to snow ratio. How much snow is produced by a tenth of an inch of liquid precipitation changes depending on the temperature involved. And so there's so many parameters that go into these things that we've gotten, people talk about, oh, they don't know. They tell you they don't know. And sometimes we don't know. But, a week ago we were telling you, this looks like we could have a pretty good event late next week. And years ago, when I first started in this business 45 years ago, we didn't have that kind of lead time. We didn't see that kind of development of systems like we see now. And then as we get closer, we can start to fine tune exactly what we're looking at. And a lot goes into that forecasting, which is why, unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there and that take advantage of our curiosity and the alarmist in us that wants to know how much snow is going to fall, and takes some of the model output that's early on and very out of whack, and say, oh, we could get 15 to 20 inches of snow. And all of us know when we look at those early on, okay, well, that's not going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know it's not that.
Right.
It's kind of like hurricanes. When we looked at hurricanes in Florida a lot of times, and they would, the Hurricane Center would come out with this forecast, and it would show a line, and it would show where the landfall was and all of that. One of the things that I would often say on the air is, one thing I can tell you, it's probably not going to do that. There's a number of things that it could do, and this is kind of the center of the number of things that it could do. It's not going to do exactly that. It's going to be a little north of that, a little south of that, a little stronger, a little weaker. But I think we've clearly improved our ability to forecast whether it's hurricanes or winter storms.
Yeah, and so this one is definitely coming, and we'll just wait and kind of see how much snow truly does fall. But you think the city and the county are definitely going to have some travel problems?
I don't think there's any way around it. We talk a lot, and the DOT guys will talk to you a lot about how these chemicals and the things don't work at certain temperatures. Well, we're going to be below those temperatures for an extended period of time. It's all about the plowing. And so, this is a high impact storm that's falling, for the most part at a good time, because the traffic is normally lighter on the weekends anyway. People can stay off the roads, give the transportation departments time to do all the plowing that they need to do, so that hopefully we can get back at it to some degree. by Monday. That doesn't do me any good because I got symphony tickets for Saturday night, so I don't think I'm going to be going to the symphony. But it's kind of a best case scenario if you had to have a storm like this.
Yeah. And the Blues play at home. When do they ever cancel those things? But what are you seeing at the symphony, Kent?
It's a Tchaikovsky thing. I was really excited about it, too. I bought it for Katie for Christmas.
I didn't know you had so much culture, Kent.
I don't.
I just sat by Kent at Outsiders. He's very cultured. Yeah.
Wasn't that unbelievable?
It was,
that was
so amazing. I agree. Well, Kent, I know you're going to be working a lot over the next couple of days. Thank you for making time for us and sharing your expertise.
Anytime, guys. Take care. Be careful.
Well, for sure. It's interesting because we talk about a lot of people just staying home, but then when you get to the healthcare workers, they have
to go to work.
Get in, and that's what parents of children at Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital are very thankful for, those people who make their way in. I mean, Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital always goes above and beyond. I'm talking about from the top down, bottom up, whatever it is. I mean, I have stories of, people that I've met that have spent a week or month there at Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital, and they said, even the woman who came in to clean the sheets said, "Can I pray with you?" And so, I mean, it really is a special place where everybody cares about the kid, and they want to do their best to make sure that their kid is getting back to healthy. So in the very beginning, Cardinal Glennon knew that, one, the hospital wasn't be able to do everything on reimbursements alone. So then they started the Cardinal Glennon Children's Foundation, and that's where even you and I can make a big impact. You see other hospitals kind of doing ads for donations. Well, you can do that right here in our very own city and truly make a difference, and not just, on specific programs, which you can pick and choose, but there's truly a way to make an impact on those kids and those families. And you can learn more and even read some of those great stories at glennon.org.
Dr. Joe, it can get very confusing, but the one thing we need to know is GLP-1, right? That's the magic cure.
Yeah, they're on the med, and these medications are used, these GLP-1s, for reducing inflammation in your body. I get so many folks that are like, wow, I don't have the knee pain. I don't have the...
Because once you start losing weight, all these other things naturally happen to you in a positive way. Not just talk about the deals for KTRS listeners at stlmedweightloss.com.
All KTRS listeners, they get $50 to $100 off their first month. And what's beautiful about it, too, hey, I get it. The economy, what we just had. Guys, things are difficult right now, but we make the plan work for you. We have financing options. We make this work for you because we realize how important it is to get down in your weight, get your confidence back, and really start feeling like the old you.
Call stlmedweightloss.com and ask Dr. Joe. stlmedweightloss.com.
AAA Home Services is a local, family-owned American Standard heating and air conditioning platinum dealer that's been optimizing indoor air quality for 56 years. Winter's here. Now's a great time to have AAA service your furnace, replace the filter, and reset your humidifier. And if you need a new furnace, they'll give you a fair and honest estimate on American Standard, voted #1 by Consumer Reports. Call AAA Home Services at 636-397-3200. Online at AAASTL.com. Call AAA. We're on our way.
We sell siding, windows, doors, and decking by the truckload. My name is Julius Krasanik, celebrating 53 years in this business. Our company is Wholesale Siding Depot, and our seasoned customer service group has over 200 years of combined siding, window, door, and decking knowledge. My grandson Elijah says,
"Are you kidding me?"
The brands that we sell are durable, maintenance-free, and energy-saving. Featuring Anderson, CertainTeed, Viwinco, Provia, Masonite, TimberTech, and others. Offering the best selection of styles and colors available in this industry. And better yet, our prices are wholesale every day. Last, our Peace of Mind initiative also includes a free contractor referral service to take care of your installation concerns or needs. You are just one click away from keeping it local, family, and professional. Please visit WSDepot.com. That's WSDepot.com.
at Maryville University. We power dreams, not just degrees. For nearly 150 years, we've empowered graduates to build successful careers. At Maryville, expect a rigorous, technology-driven, mentor-inspired education in a diverse and inclusive learning environment. We help you take it to the next level, no matter what field you choose. Now is the time to turn your ambition into action and transform your dream into reality. Start your journey at maryville.edu.
Scott, can you believe it's already been more than a decade since the Queen of Carpet sold flooring to St. Louis area contractors?
I know, but I don't have to be a king to offer contractors today's lowest prices.
Yes, contractors owe it to their customers and themselves to shop at Best Buy Flooring for the largest in-stock selection of carpet, carpet tile, sheet vinyl, laminate, hardwood, luxury vinyl plank, and luxury vinyl tile.
Plus 3 convenient locations, North County, South County, and Metro East.
Open 7 days a week. Best flooring, best selection, Best Buy. Best Buy Flooring.
Attention KTRS listeners, Appliance Discounters has a deal for you. Shop now and receive an instant 5% rebate off your next appliance purchase. 5% instant savings off their already low prices. And you can receive other factory rebates, some up to $1,500 direct from the manufacturer. Huge savings, locally owned, next day delivery, 18 months interest-free financing. Appliance Discounters with 6 area locations or online at theappliancediscounters.com.
I heard Julie and Carney and Max talking about this earlier, and I thought it was interesting. There's a list kind of going viral because a Goodwill in Tucson had to evacuate over the weekend after someone donated a novelty grenade. Now, thankfully, it was not real, but no one knew, and so they had to, clear everything out. And so now a list is going out of the other things that Goodwill does not want you to drop off.
Are these real things or things like hand grenades? Because I don't have any fake hand grenades.
No, this is real stuff. I mean, obviously, anything that is broken, they don't want.
Great point.
A lot of people, I think, just want to dump stuff.
It's not a trash can.
No, maybe you have a TV that hasn't worked. You're not taking it to Goodwill. That's not what that's about.
They don't want it either.
Yeah. I thought this one was interesting. Bowling balls. They don't want you to drop that. I guess it's, too much when they're moving stuff around.
They're very heavy.
They are very heavy. Chemicals and paint? No. Hot tubs? No.
I'm trying to think if I ever thought to donate this stuff. I think bowling balls. I would have thought. I would have thought maybe. You're cleaning out. I have a bowling ball, but I don't know where it is.
Already has the
you
fingers.
You have your own ball.
I have my own. We started a league.
Mm-hmm. Marsha has her own.
What's that place
My
up
mom
there?
has her own. She's in a league.
Heidi, I'm kind of surprised you don't have your own.
You know what?
You seem like the kind of person that would.
I didn't know if I was going to take to bowling or not, so I was just sticking with the rented shoes.
And do you know now? Do you care for it or not?
I like it, but I don't know that I need to do it once a week.
What size? You're 5'2".
Mm-hmm.
What size ball do you use? The hot pink 6?
No.
like the one for little kids?
Yeah, right.
Come on.
No. But, I think at the time I was using an 8, maybe a 10.
Okay. All right. So we started a league out of college at, I think it's a Bolero now.
Yeah.
It's on Olive and Chesterfield over by Paul Mano's. And when you joined the league, they gave you a ball.
Gave you one?
And they drilled the holes and you got to pick the
that
color.
was incorporated in your league fee.
In your league fees.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a ball. I don't think I have it anymore. After all the moves that I've made.
You left it behind.
I don't remember moving the bowling ball.
Did you get rid of your Pin Pals jersey?
Yeah. We should have had shirts made. Bowling shirts like Chandler on Friends.
The way you make it fun. Here's another thing that I thought was interesting. They don't want encyclopedias.
Okay.
Yes, we got the internet. So.
I guess so, and they don't need them, and it just takes up space. So I just thought that was an interesting list as far as that goes.
My parents had the World Book 1985.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that was 40 years ago.
No, and I've said this before. We never got them, even though somebody would come to the door and try to sell them because my dad had the keys to every school in the county.
Oh, he could just
and
go
so
in and
we
get
would
the
go to
books.
the library or bring it home.
Borrow. He would borrow
Josh.
the books.
If you return it, it is not stealing. I did also see this. A new list ranks every state from the best place to drive to the worst. And I hate to tell you this, but Missouri, 10 worst. So they're looking at different factors, including gas and insurance prices, traffic, weather, road quality, commute times, accident rates. And I have to say, our accident rates tend to be up there, at least on my way home. Captain Paul?
Do we say, Paul, do you know this? Do we say that Illinois drivers are bad, or do they say we're the bad drivers?
You know, I'm not sure about that.
I think we poke fingers at each other.
Yeah, I think there's probably a rivalry there.
Yeah, that's what I would say as well.
Illinoisans, I think they say, oh, we have to take mandatory driver's ed, and you guys don't, so we're better drivers.
Well, do they have to?
There might be some. Text line 84126 if you're in Illinois. Do you think we're the worst drivers? And do you have to take mandatory driver's ed?
Captain Paul, what are you seeing?
Heidi, 44 East is jammed from Kings Highway to Vandeventer with the 2 right lanes closed at Vandeventer for road work. 44 West is slow from Grand to near Vandeventer. 55 South running slow from south of Arsenal to 4500 South Broadway. 64 East bogs down approaching 170 but thins out at Big Bend. 64 West is busy from Boyle past Clayton Skinker and is bumper to bumper from 364 to the 6470 interchange. And there's a stalled vehicle on 44 East before Madison downtown and another on 64 East at Big Bend. From the KTRS Traffic Center, I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
Well, sometimes you just want to get away. Or if you're like me, even when you just return from a vacation, you kind of want to start planning the next one so you have something to look forward to. And I'm so excited that we do have one on the books. And I'm even more excited that you can go with me if you want. I mean, the more the merrier, right? October 24th, we are going to go in search of Iceland's magical northern lights with Colette. Now, I don't know how much you know about Iceland because I don't know a whole lot other than I can't wait to see it. But I do know this. Everybody that I have talked to who has been there says it is an absolute must see because it is really the land of fire and ice. I mean, to see the northern lights alone is going to be fantastic. It's one of nature's most dazzling light displays. But you've got lava fields, you've got glaciers, you've got the black volcanic sand beaches, and then you've got the mineral-rich water of the Blue Lagoon. And we're not even talking about, the food and the drink and everything else that we're going to see and do. And here's the good part. Colette handles all of the details. I mean, you don't have to worry about booking your flight. You don't even have to worry about when you're flying out. Colette will kind of give you some options. You don't have to worry about the hotel. It's all included, and we'll all travel together. We'll get on a bus and go from one thing to the other. A lot of the meals are covered, and even the local experiences. If we go take a tour of a place, it's included. So you can join me and experience all of that and more. Call our friends over at Altair Travel, 314-968-9600, 314-968-9600. You can also learn more on our website, ktrs.com.
When you go and get your car washed, do you really care which car wash you go to? Yes, because not all car washes are created equal. Country Club Car Wash is the local family-owned and family-operated car wash since 1989. All these other ones that are popping up, they're all run by out-of-town hedge funds. Keep it local. Keep it great. Touchless car washes, no brushes, inside and out. 5 area locations, Country Club Car Wash or cccwstl.com.
Hey, St. Louis, Eddie McVeigh here from Maggie O'Brien's, reminding everyone that I'm looking forward to seeing you at one of our 2 locations. Whether it be for lunch, happy hour, dinner, or late night, Maggie's is the place to be. Don't forget to catch our shuttle to all the major events downtown. And if you need a banquet room, small or large, for that special occasion, please give us a call at Maggie O'Brien's. Maggie O'Brien's 2 locations on South Lindbergh and Sunset Hills and downtown at the corner of Market and 20th Street. Union Station is next to us.
When you want to send flowers to a loved one for a birthday, anniversary, or that special occasion, call your friends at Walter Knoll Florist. Walter Knoll is family-owned and operated and offers custom designs by expert designers. A huge inventory and selection that only the largest florist can offer, with quality and care that no grocery store florist can meet. They have several locations in the St. Louis metro area to serve you. Order online today at WKF.com. That's WKF.com. Walter Knoll Florist, your personal florist since 1883.
Hi there, it's Julie Buck. I'm here with Jeff Zufall, the Senior Tax Strategist and Wealth Advisor at Capital Advisory Group, and he's also the author of the #1 best-selling book on taxes. It's called Keep What's Yours. He also hosts a radio show on the Big 550 Saturdays at 3. It's called Keep What's Yours. Jeff, it's a new year. What should we be thinking about in January?
Welcome to 2026. The holidays are behind us, and as a business owner, that means closing the books on 2025 and getting those W-2s and 1099s prepared to mail by the end of this month. As daunting as that might sound, it doesn't have to be. This year, we're celebrating 50 years helping area businesses get their financial plans in order, reduce their tax liabilities, and stop overpaying their federal and state income taxes. I'm also launching my newest book, Keeping What's Yours, the strategic tax planning guide for the One Big Beautiful Bill this month. Tax law changes mean now more than ever, you will want an expert helping you prepare for 2026 and beyond.
To learn more, give Jeff and his team a call at Capital Advisory Group at 636-394-5524 or go online, capitaladvisorygrp.com.
Recently, a good friend of mine was changing the light fixture in their kitchen, and they took the light fixture off the ceiling, and they looked inside the ceiling and said, "What is the phone number to Michael Baldy?" If they would have listened to me, they would have put Michael Baldy's phone number in their phone, because everybody needs a good electrician on speed dial. So here you go. The next time you need an electrician, you need to remember Michael Baldy and Baldy Electric. So the phone number, 314-968-9999. Indoor, outdoor, an old Victorian home, knob and tube wiring, and anything and everything in between. You see, Michael Baldy is a licensed electrician, and he has a team ready to go. Whether it's something for the ceiling in the kitchen, something for the lights for the holidays, whatever it may be, Michael Baldy and Baldy Electric. BaldyElectric.com, 314-968-9999, because everybody needs a good electrician on speed dial, BaldyElectric.com.
We briefly talked about the Board of Peace yesterday, but today we're digging into it a little deeper with Robert Sherman, international correspondent with News Nation. And Robert, you're actually in Davos, right?
Right, and this is, where this Board of Peace was officially signed and came into fruition here. And I mean, I would say that you're right to ask questions about it, because there are still plenty in the international community that want to learn more and want to see exactly what this will do, and in conjunction with the UN, if it operates with it or not. There's a lot of big question marks here.
Yeah, how many world leaders took part in this signing ceremony?
Yeah, you've now seen a couple of dozen have officially signed on. I mean, the big one that we saw was a joint statement put out by 8 Arab and Islamic states from around the Middle East that all made the agreement to join this Board of Peace. That was a pretty big signal, especially when if you have followed the situation in Gaza, since October of 2023, many of these countries, have had a vested interest in the situation in the Middle East, but have had choice words for Israel, have had choice words for the United States at times. It's pretty remarkable when you look at this list. Countries such as Qatar are on the same list as Israel is, joining this Board of Peace here. So, it's a rather eclectic group, it includes Argentina, it includes Hungary, so from a lot of different places around the world. And I think that there's a signal in that this was conceived as being a means of brokering stability in Gaza and ensuring that the situation does not flare up. But now, its intention is really global in order to bring about stability worldwide.
Got it. What about kind of some of our, here in the U.S., closest allies? Are they on board?
It's a mix. And that's a very astute question. I'm going to give you 2 examples here. Countries such as France, for example, have declined to join. And the reason for that is they believe that this is going to undermine the UN. And when the president was asked about if this is meant to replace the UN, he said no, he still believes in the UN long term, but believes that this is needed in order to bring about stability. France doesn't see it that way. The other one, that I think that is worth noting here is the United Kingdom. Their foreign secretary, their defense minister came out today and said that they are not going to be joining onto this. And the reason for that is that an invitation to join the Board of Peace was given to Russia as well. They're still examining it. Kremlin has not formally said yay or nay if they're joining or not. But that is something that has caused concern from the British side, and they don't think Russia should be involved in this. So if there's a possibility Russia is in, the UK is out.
I still have questions about what they're supposed to do, but speaking of Russia, are they in Davos right now? Have they been a part of this World Economic Forum?
Good question, and it's always, who is formally invited and who shows up, right? I mean, there's a distinction to all this because, a big premise of this forum is that it's open dialogue. We invite anyone, from walks of life in order to participate in this. So, there have been diplomats and there have been agents of Russia that have been on the ground in Switzerland advocating. And we know that because, there were diplomatic meetings, official diplomatic meetings that took place between Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner, and the Russian side. And as it so happens, that's all still moving because now those negotiators are heading off to Russia ahead of a trilateral that's supposed to take place between Russia, Ukraine, and the U.S. Friday and into this weekend. So, yes, the Russians have been here. Yes, there have been conversations. And yes, there appears to be some degree of movement.
And then what is the Board of Peace? You had mentioned that all these countries have signed on to it. This just pertains to Israel, Gaza, and the Palestinians, right?
Well, that's the big question here, right? Because that's the initial conception in all of this is that this Board of Peace is brought about in order to have a lot of vested parties here to ensure that stability remains in the enclave. However, this has now more recently been reframed as it's not just about Gaza, though that is the central element, but it's also about brokering peace across the globe. Because from the president's point of view, he looks at the list of wars that have ended, or there have been peace agreements signed, in the last year, and his position is that should have been the responsibility of the UN and the UN Security Council, but that hadn't happened under the UN. And so, the hope is that this group now will play a role in maintaining peace, brokering peace agreements between other countries that may be in conflict with one another in other regions.
We're talking to Robert Sherman, international correspondent with News Nation. Robert, can we get peace deals done without those other big players like the UK?
Well, so here's the thing, you listen to just communicating the president's point of view here. The president believes that there are three major power brokers in the world, which would be the United States, Russia, and China, and that if you want the world to have stability, you have to include dialogue with the most powerful players in the world. Love them or hate them, they do have significant spheres of influence. That's why you see groups such as, Russia being brought into this. That has, of course, pushed the UK away from all of this. And the UK, they're members of the UN Security Council. They're not exactly a small fish in this pond here in all of this. But it's the president's view that it is important to include the most influential voices in all of this. And so that's why an invitation has been extended to Russia. At this point, the UK is not accepting. It seems as though that a lot of countries are playing a wait-and-see kind of approach with all of this.
Got it. Do we have any idea how this board will operate? Will it be on a majority kind of basis? What do we know?
That's the thing. In terms of who all is going to be involved in all of this, now you've got a couple of dozen different countries which are all going to have influence here. They've all been asked to make an investment in the board as well to have a permanent standing. If they don't make, I believe it's $1 billion. If they don't make this billion investment, then their membership is only good for 3 years. And then it's supposed to be a collaboration from all parties here. Another party that is involved in all of this is Tony Blair from the UK, who people around the Middle East have strong opinions about Tony Blair, and his involvement in the region in previous decades. But he's supposed to be, this big player that effectively oversees or manages, moderates this board here with all these discussions. So how it plays out in practice, we're still kind of waiting to see with a lot of this here. But I mean, the purpose is to expand sphere of influence and dialogue with many different parties.
Well, I'm going to echo France and say, isn't this what the UN is supposed to be doing? And now that you mentioned that they're asking for $1 billion entrance fee, now I'm starting to wonder, what's actually going on here. Is this possibly Donald Trump saying, hey, don't go to the UN, go to this other group, which is under my umbrella? Because as far as the UN goes, he only has so much control he can exert there under this Board of Peace. He's in charge.
Well, let's just say that your echoes that you're communicating are reverberating in many different spheres around the globe, because many are asking this question. I mean, isn't this supposed to be the role of the UN Security Council? Isn't this supposed to be the role of the UN General Assembly? And the president's position is, yes, that is correct. That is what it's supposed to be. But the UN, from his position, has not been able to succeed at brokering peace, at maintaining stability, at ending wars that have been taking place. I mean, the example that he gave is Armenia and Azerbaijan as one that didn't have a signed peace agreement until the 47th president came into office, despite the fact that this has been ongoing for years, and the UN wasn't able to get anything done here. That's the kind of example that he gives with all of this. You bring up the investment element here as well. Certainly an eyebrow raiser. Jared Kushner, when he was unveiling alongside the president this Board of Peace, and you see the photos, of what their vision for Gaza looks like. I'd rather not paint the image for you. I'd rather you go Google it yourself, because it certainly doesn't look like Gaza today.
It's pretty
or any
flashy.
of the times that I've been in Gaza. It is. It is. I mean, it does not look like the Gaza that I've reported from over the last couple of years. But that's their vision here, and of course, that takes capital in order to get to that point. So that's the whole premise in all of this. This is a totally new space. It has, and I will tell you, I mean, it has energized, some of these parties, such as Saudi Arabia, Qatar, countries that, putting it mildly, have complicated relationships with Israel, and other countries in the region there. But they're on the same board. They're on the same Board of Peace, despite the fact that, for example, Saudi Arabia and Israel, I mean, they don't have formal diplomatic ties with one another, but now they're on the same Board of Peace together. It's interesting. I mean, it's a different angle to take when it comes to geopolitical diplomacy, especially for that region.
All right. Well, Robert Sherman, thank you so much for sorting it all out for us. Great job.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Repairing chimneys, walkways, porches, foundations, entire homes, anything to do with brick or stone, you need a tuck pointer you can trust, and that, of course, is Morelli. Morelli is a family-run business started in 1991, and they're only as good as their last customer. That's why when you check out the reviews online at MorelliTuckPointing.com, you'll notice that they're actual customers who are singing the praises of Morelli. So if you need a tuck pointer, you need Morelli. 314-645-1387 or MorelliTuckPointing.com.
Tune in Mondays to the Frank and Jill Show for Success St. Louis Style as they feature a St. Louis and making a difference in our community. Brought to you by the St. Louis Chess Club. Building champions in the classroom and the community. Online at stlouischessclub.org.
Since 1974, Permajack of St. Louis has been helping residential and commercial owners protect their biggest investment. From successfully solving foundation structural problems to making sure basements remain dry, Permajack has performed tens of thousands of projects on both sides of the river, utilizing state-of-the-art technology, techniques, and equipment. Permajack of St. Louis has done it with honesty and integrity, never recommending anything outside of what you really need. For many repairs, Permajack provides a transferable life of structure warranty, all while Permajack of St. Louis has earned a BBB A+ rating and accreditation. For foundation settlement, bowed or buckling walls, cracks in your foundation, walls or bricks, or basement waterproofing, choose the hometown family-owned team at Permajack of St. Louis. Schedule your free inspection and estimate at permajackofstlewis.com. That's permajackofstlewis.com. Permajack. Solid as rock.
10 minutes before 6 o'clock, Captain Paul. How's traffic looking?
Well, no accidents, Heidi, but 44 East is crowded at Kings Highway and Vandeventer with the 2 right lanes closed for road work. 55 South is running slow around 4500 South Broadway. 64 East bogs down at McKnight but thins out at Big Bend. 64 West is busy from Kings Highway to Clayton Skinker. And there's a stalled vehicle on 270 West past 170 from the KTRS Traffic Center. I'm Captain Paul Kopsky on the Big 550 KTRS.
Over on the text line, people are saying Illinois drivers are terrible. I'm guessing that person is from Missouri. And then someone said it's true. High school students have to take driver's ed in Illinois.
And then they say Illinois drivers are better.
So Heidi was right. We're just pointing our finger
Yes.
across the river at each other. It's tax time, whether you like it or not.
I don't like it.
First day to file is on Monday of next week, but you got to wait for your W-2s. You got to wait for your finalized versions that come in. You know, your E-Trade will send you a snapshot of what you did last year. But at the bottom in small print, it'll say not finalized yet.
Oh.
And then you'll get another one like 3 weeks later, and this is the finalized version, and maybe the numbers are just a little different. But if you filed your taxes with the not finalized one, and, you know, the numbers are even off by just a penny, it's going to get flagged in the cogs of the machines over at the IRS. The smoke comes out, the machines stop, and the light goes off. Ding! Heidi's getting audited. You don't want that.
No, I do not.
So go to Jeff Zufall, Capital Advisory Group. Brand new, big, beautiful bill, brand new tax code. Jeff Zufall is up to speed on it. He's been taking a lot of continuation learning classes on it, so he can help you out. Not only do your taxes based on the old law, but on the new one as well. 636-394-5524, capitaladvisorygrp.com. Don't get audited this year.
The official birthplace of the toasted ravioli is
Mama's on the Hill.
And Mama's on the Hill serves the best in town. Mama's has been a mainstay on the Hill for decades and is still a family-run restaurant serving up great Italian food in a fun atmosphere. Open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner, and right in the heart of the Hill at Edwards and Bischoff. Delicious catering and party rooms too.
Mama's on the Hill.
Make reservations at 314-776-3100 and 24/7 at mamasonthehill.com.
File your taxes for free with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. Just file on your own in the Credit Karma app by February 28th. Valid for those who didn't file with TurboTax last year.
Meet me at the Muni in Forest Park.
Muni season tickets for 2026 are on sale now, starting at just $126. It's the best way to save on our 7-show package, featuring Hairspray, Shrek the Musical, South Pacific, Disney's Newsies, Ain't Too Proud, The Life and Times of the Temptations, Meet Me in St. Louis, and Something Rotten. Choose your seats now at muni.org.
Hi, I'm Mike Robinson with Robank Properties, and I want your fixer-upper home. It's crazy to spend a ton of money fixing it up when I will pay you top dollar right now. I don't even care what condition it's in. Your trash is my treasure. No inspections, no contingencies, just cold, hard cash. Call me, Mike Robinson, at 314-283-0867. That's Mike Robinson, 314-283-0867, or at robangproperties.com.
All right, let's wrap this Thursday up with a couple randoms.
All right, I'll say this. This is one of the back in the days. On this date, 1984, the Ridley Scott directed Apple Macintosh computer ad aired during Super Bowl 18. This is the famous one based on 1984, where the gal runs in with the sledgehammer and throws it up against the big screen. You remember this commercial?
Yes.
Somewhat ringing any bells?
A little bit.
1984, it was a Los Angeles Raiders, Washington Redskins Super Bowl. The Raiders beat the Skins 38-9. Neither one of those teams exist anymore.
Isn't that interesting?
It's the Vegas Raiders and the Washington Commanders. Lyndon B. Johnson's Beagles were named him and
her.
Yep.
It seemed too easy.
The British had 500,000 cats enlisted in their army during World War I. They were mousers. They were on ships and in trenches hunting rats.
Really?
One of them, named Simon, got a Medal of Valor for the amount of rats that he caught.
That's impressive.
Starbucks at the CIA headquarters doesn't write people's names on the coffee cups to keep people's identities protected. I'm with Connor on this.
That seems like one of those things they say, but it's not real.
So what do they do? Just call out the drink?
Hey, Blondie. Hey, you over there.
Yeah.
You know, the guy that doesn't look like
him and her.
Yeah, Bond, James Bond. By the way, he goes by his real name. Rarely ever does he use a pseudonym.
We don't know that's a real name.
Yeah, that's true.
Very true.
Could be fake.
The frozen margarita machine was invented by a guy named Mariano Martinez in Dallas in 1971. Heidi, he modified a soft-serve ice cream machine.
So smart.
To sell frozen drinks at his Mexican restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And doesn't...
Sounds like something Big D would do.
Yeah,
just
that does.
See like
yes.
a need and think, wait, I can do, yeah.
I could put alcoholic margaritas in.
Uh-huh.
And doesn't your wife work for HP?
HPE.
Hewlett-Packard could have been called Packard-Hewlett.
That's true.
Bill Hewlett and David Packard flipped a coin to decide whose name would go first.
I've heard that story.
All right, well.
I think HP's good.
PH.
Yeah, HP sounds a little bit better. Yeah. You guys, that does it for us on this Thursday night. Hopefully, you will join us back here starting at 3 o'clock tomorrow. And until then, we'll see if you can put a smile on somebody's face.
Whatever gets you through the night. It's all right. It's all right. Bet your money all you like. It's all right. It's all right. Don't need a salt to drop your flowers. Oh no. Oh no. Whatever gets you through your life. It's all right. It's all right.
Between all the holiday parties,
weekend tailgates,
and family get-togethers. Oh, they're here. Hey, who needs something to drink?
we've been overindulging a little more than usual. Thank goodness we both added active liver to our diets to give our livers some much-needed support so we have the energy we need to enjoy the holidays.
Active Liver from New Nordic contains a powerful blend of turmeric, milk thistle, and globe artichoke extract designed to give your liver maximum protection and help it do vital jobs like removing toxins from alcohol, rich foods, and sweets.
Try Active Liver today and enjoy all the holiday treats with the peace of mind of knowing you're giving your liver some relief.
Find Active Liver online at Amazon, Vitacost.com, or iHerb.com. Or pick it up today at CVS, Meijer Grocery, or Shop